Hello, Adam Green here with No More News. Thank you for joining me today, Monday, April 6, 2026. Huge show, so much to cover. I always say that every show, but I'm not kidding. So many tabs to get into. We got Easter stuff. We got the Exorcist on Tucker Carlson. We have the failed Christian angel orb prophecy that was supposed to happen on Easter. Nothing happened. We've got moon updates, moon conspiracies, and a bunch of other stuff. Gonna be a huge show, only made possible thanks to you guys and the incredible support. Powerchat.live/no more news. Your comment will be read with AI on the stream. You know what to do. Links in the description below and in the live chat where we're streaming on Rumble and Odyssey. Hope you all had a good weekend. We're really going to have to hammer through all this stuff to get through all of it today. You guys know how it goes. Here's some third worlders celebrating Jesus, and their prayers didn't go answered because it didn't turn out so great. I love these third world Christian practices. Not even sure where this one is. Who knows? Who cares? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh, Jesus. Help me, Jesus.
Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God.
You know, he was up there and he was like, Jesus Christ. Right before he falls.
Jesus Christ! Oh, Jesus Christ, you're such a little bitch.
What, dude? You don't want to strap up with the cactus? It says, carry your cross and follow Jesus. Suffer like he did. My daughter saw this and she goes, I don't want to do that. You'll suffer like Jesus. Dude, the crazy shit, self-flagellation stuff that Christians come up with. Third worlders also want Jesus to come. What are they doing? Christians being cringe and hilarious. Challenge impossible. Donald Trump's delivery to the nation about Easter. Let's hear it.
The world. This Holy Week, I'm proud to join with Christians across the country and around the world to celebrate the most glorious miracle in all of time.
The greatest thing to ever happen, the King of the Jews, rose from the dead to save our souls.
The resurrection of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. In his life, Christ displayed true humility. In his death, he modeled true love. And in his resurrection from the tomb, he proved that even death itself will not silence those who place their trust in Almighty God. As it says in Gospel of John, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, for whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life.
The greatest God, the greatest Savior. Nobody's ever seen anyone like him. Most famous person of all time. Conquered death, saved our souls. Got all the goyim to worship the Jewish God. Mission accomplished.
Life, such beautiful words. This Easter, millions of Christians all over the globe will be reminded that because of what Jesus did on the cross, all of us can live every day with hope in God's promise.
When Zion Dawn shills Jesus, when the president of the most powerful country in the world is shilling Jesus, I don't want to hear any persecution complex from the Christians. I don't want to hear any of the delusional copes that they're trying to destroy Christianity.
Promise, knowing that in the end, evil and wickedness will not prevail.
God wins.
Of joy and renewal this Easter, we also celebrate the extraordinary resurrection of faith and religion in America.
A great revival, all the goyim becoming Noahides, worshiping the Jewish God. Isn't it beautiful?
As I have often said, to be a great nation, you must have religion and you must have God. In church,
you must have Hashem, the God of Avram,
across the nation on Sunday, the pews will be fuller, younger, and more faithful than they have at any time.
The pews will be full and the Jews will be cool. That's what I always say. The pews are full, the Jews are cool.
Many, many years. Religion is growing again in our country for the first time in decades. Happy Easter to all. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America. Our country is doing so well like never before. Thank you.
Blessed by God for blessing the Jews. Thank you. His Passover statement was crazy. It was like, no one can ever destroy the chosen people. The chosen people of God. Easter announcement.
It has never done.
More Jesus shilling.
So today is a very special day.
They love Israel more than even the Jews. That was the one he said we played last stream.
Where we celebrate Jesus. It's a day where we celebrate religion. And it's an honor to be the President of the United States. Our country is doing so well like it has never done before. You'll see that very shortly. And things that we've done have not been done before. We've broken every record on the stock market. We've broken every record in our military. And
every record ever.
The rescue that took place yesterday. What about that? That's something that...
Rescue of the downed fighter jet fighter, right? Or was it a jet?
Really see, you know, they were giving me a briefing about that. And they said normally when you're in very hostile territory, and I don't think it gets much more hostile than Iran, they're capable fighters. They're very tough people. And there are others like that. You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago. I can tell you, in fact, right now, they're not too strong at all, in my opinion, but we're soon going to find out, aren't we?
We haven't found out already? He had some crazy post on Easter about destroying Iran. I saw a bunch of people kvetching about it. Daily Mail has been pumping out so much tabloid Christian clickbait slop recently. It's like the Shroud of Turin's real, Noah's Ark proven real, flood, sea life at the top of the Himalayas. Now they're saying Jesus' resurrection mystery intensifies as study reveals quote unquote evidence supporting he rose from the dead. So much slop. These are the Daily Mail posts that get by far the most engagement when they pander to the Christians around the world. Every time. And then they go like, see, even the mainstream media says it's real. But they're trying to destroy Jesus also and destroy Christianity, remember? The Great Revival, the rabbis will never stop celebrating all the goyim believing in the Bible more and more and rejecting evolution and science and believing in the Bible. Fox News is pumping it all the time. Oh my, I got to do a stream about this guy. He was on Fox News, but this guy that supposedly died and met Jesus, like becomes a celebrity. How many people have supposedly died and met Jesus or, you know, done some supernatural thing and they're just like, bring them on. Bring them on. The goyim love that type of slop.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Let's go.
Mass baptisms of hundreds of young people. Thousands come to raise hearts of joy in song. There is a palpable spirit moving on college campuses, arenas.
The Great Revival, the Great Noahide Revival.
To faith as the new
Brought to you by Fox News and Donald Trump and Daily Wire and Dennis Prager.
Things that you never thought would happen before.
It's a kind of worship that's different
What does
from
her
their
shirt say?
parents and grandparents.
Move your hand, bitch.
Relationship with grace. And I think that's what young people resonate with today. This isn't achieving, it's receiving. It's not trying to be good enough to earn God's love. God already loves us.
Churches are reporting record numbers of young people filling pews, especially in the Catholic Church.
So hot right now.
Social media is exploding with young faith influencers spreading a new approach.
Greatest grift is Jesus on social media, let me tell you. So bad. Algorithms love Jesus.
To religion. Still, while Pew Research Center data shows religion is gaining influence in America and that Gen Z is showing higher rates of religion, researcher Ryan Burge isn't convinced there's an actual great awakening.
We're not seeing anything in the data that even points close to the idea of a mass revival in America. For us to go from a 25% weekly attendance rate to a 35% weekly attendance rate means 35 million new people are going to be going to church this Sunday.
But for others, the numbers only tell part of the story.
This is a radical generation that believes that God is going to do great things.
But the data does show that the number of Americans who say they are non-religious is declining. And many leaders say it's because young generations are leading a new movement of faith.
It's because it's the grifts. It's the influencer. It's top down with Trump and his cabinet and Daily Wire and Dennis Prager and all the social media influencers, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, everybody and anyone promoting Jesus. Because there's nothing they fear more. That's why Fox News shills it all the time.
The Easter egg roll, the Easter egg. They didn't want me to order eggs for the Easter egg roll, the Easter egg hunt that we have here every year. They wanted me to use plastic. I said, I'm not using plastic. We'll get it solved. And within a short period of time, eggs came down. They came down 40%, 50%. And by the time we got there, we had so many eggs, we didn't know what to do with them. And today we have more than 40,000 eggs supplied by all of the great egg farmers that are with us. They didn't want me to order eggs for the Easter egg roll.
Just a little Easter egg humble brag. I think I missed this. I covered this press conference the other day, but I missed God raised Trump to kill Islamic Iranians for the Jewish people.
Persians, the Iranians.
From Franklin Graham.
Persians, the Iranians, were wanting to kill every Jew, woman, child, and do it all in one day. But you raised up Esther to save the Jewish people. Father,
sure they did. A fictional story, by the way, of a genocide planned on them, but then they reverse it with the power of God and subvert with an Esther and then slaughter all of them. Fake story. Fake story used to inspire and motivate and understand and approach real-world things. Excellent.
Today, the Iranians, the wicked regime of this government, wants to kill every Jew and destroy them with an atomic fire. But you have raised up President Trump.
Lifted up like
You've
Jesus is
raised
raised up. We're talking about raised up. This is subconsciously connecting Trump to Jesus. If Trump is raised up, who else was raised up on Easter? Jesus was raised up by God. And now Trump is raised up. For what? To save us? To save us from the evil Amalek, Persia, as the leader of Edom in the Gog and Magog war.
Time is this. And Father, we pray that you'll give him victory. Yes. Father, we pray for our military that you'd watch over, protect them. Yes. Father, we pray for the people of Iran who want freedom to be set free from these Islamic lunatics. Father, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who came to this earth to take our sins, that he died and shed his blood on a cross for our sins.
Is this not just Twilight Zone, that all of this is accepted as normal? We have a Jewish apocalyptic messianic cult running our government. Straight up. Straight up. And no big influencers, no big influential voices are calling this out. Everybody's going along with it, going along with the grift, going along with this lie, this fake history lie. It's wild. It's Twilight Zone.
That he was buried, he took our sins to the grave, but you raised him to life. And Father, we thank you and we praise you and we give you the glory. Father, protect President Trump. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Crazy, crazy. Of course, he turns the Easter speech into a Purim blood libel on Iran. Here's Tucker's Easter.
With the President of the United States. Franklin Graham, son of Billy Graham, shows up at the White House yesterday to endorse the murder of civilians. Now, how did he do that? Well, by quoting something called the Book of Esther. Why would Franklin Graham refer to the Book of Esther, the only book in the Bible that doesn't mention God, when he talks about Christianity with the President of the United States? Because
the only book that doesn't mention God, like that's the problem with it.
Can't mention Jesus, that's why. There's no evidence.
Can't mention Jesus? He did mention Jesus, dude, we just watched clip after clip of them mentioning Jesus, and now Tucker's like, oh, they won't say the name of Jesus. There's nothing they fear more. Give me a fucking break.
Because you can't mention Jesus, that's why.
Yeah, you're not allowed to mention Jesus. And when you post that you're not allowed to mention Jesus, it's the most viral thing ever every time. Dude, the victimhood of the Christians is so Jewish. The persecution complex that they have. We just watch clip after clip of all of them talking about Jesus, raised from the dead, saving our souls, blah, blah, blah. And then Tucker gets up here and says, you're not allowed to say Jesus. You're not allowed.
Because you can't mention Jesus, that's why. There's no evidence that Jesus was for genocide. This is God come to earth, the Christian Messiah who allows himself to be tortured to death by pagans.
Pagans! Pagans! Those evil pagans tortured Jesus. Yeah, dude, let's blame the pagans for this.
He's saying the real victory is bigger than any victory achieved by killing people. It's a victory.
Dude, you actually win when you die. You actually win when your enemies kill you, goy. Come on.
Real victory is bigger than any victory achieved by killing people. It's a victory over death itself. That's the opposite of the message you heard from Christian leaders at the White House yesterday. What does that tell you? The point is not that they're bad or silly or practicing another religion other than Christianity. All of that's true. The point is that it's the end of something. Whatever that
not real Christians
is not going to continue because it's a lie.
It's all a lie, dude. It's all a lie, Tucker. You go along with all of it. This is funny. Christian posting Coles is a good meme maker. So when Homeland Security and our government posts Happy Hanukkah, the E-Crusaders are like, fucking Zog, they're clearly trying to cover up the Epstein files. But then when Homeland Security posts one homeland under Hashem, may Christ's light continue to shine over our great nation, they go, oh my God, yes, my Christian nation, Christ is king. And it's the same group. They get placated by it. All right, I've got the power chat turned on, guys. Let's go. The music makes me believe him. Yeah, music is powerful like that. That's why they got the organs and the cathedrals. That's why they got always the music associated with. I can't do Shroud of Turin, Pasobic right now. Oh, by the way, FYI, big debate tomorrow. Owen Benjamin versus myself, hosted by Adam King. So we covered on the stream last week, I got another tiff with Owen on Twitter for him posting some disingenuous thing about Erica Kirk. And then he blocked me. Adam caught wind of it and set up a debate. I'm still blocked. I'm surprised Owen is doing this, but I'm debating tomorrow all of the conspiratainment, kosher disinfo conspiracies that Owen likes to promote. Everything's a conspiracy but the Jewish Bible and Jesus, of course. So who knows what we're going to get into. Earth is flat, moon landing, Charlie Kirk, all the kosher disinfo slop, basically. So that'll be tomorrow. That should be fun. So, dude, he's got a... Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Hold on. Let's hear Jack Pasobic lie for a second. Finish the Easter segment. Let's hear him lie about the Shroud of Turin, the fake... Dude, it's like everything with these conspiratards. It's some fake, some deliberate deception, trickery, out of context, fabrication, hoaxing, lying... This is what Shroud of Turin is. This is what religion is. Christianity, Judaism, the original conspiracy theory. Judaism and Christianity.
Through the meticulous work of modern science, chemical analysis has whispered to us truths long veiled by time. This shroud, believed by many to be the very cloth that wrapped our Lord after his crucifixion, has now been authenticated to the time of Christ himself.
No, it hasn't.
So this may not just be a fabric.
Authenticated.
It could be.
One guy put out a paper claiming through X-ray scatter pictures that the thread is unraveling, and he changed the variables to date it so it was 2,000 years ago. This is not the real way that you date things. They already did the radiocarbon dating in the 80s. They sent it to 3 separate universities. They all dated it to a medieval forgery. This new study is trash, bullocks, nonsense, not peer-reviewed. Just straight Christian apologetics cope.
A testament and a silent witness to the historic physical life and resurrection of Jesus. Imagine this very shroud, once perhaps displayed in the majestic city of Constantinople, influencing the hands of medieval artists.
Are you going to mention that all the first people to write about it were Catholic priests saying it was a forgery? You going to mention that? You going to mention the dating conclusively, 3 separate universities? Dude, Christians don't care about the truth. Any total confirmation bias. Anything that supports their worldview, they accept. Anything that rejects it, automatic knee-jerk rejection.
Brushes, guided by more than just inspiration, might have painted the face of Christ from this very image, every stroke, every shade.
Thank you, Edom.
The thought struck me this morning as I woke. With all the power of AI we are allowed to see, imagine the power of stratagems an unlocked AI could be used to create, to sway and control the Goyim via manipulation of narratives and world events.
Yeah, but are you trying to claim, what are you saying is AI, though? Everything? BB, Trump, everything we see?
The result of which is genocide of nations?
Yeah.
Good job inviting Tom Rousel.
Yeah, Tom Rousel's cool. We got to do another one with him. We didn't get enough into Christianity. We got to do another one at some point.
Of the divine, passed down through time, the same way
that
dude,
his super serious voice
meticulously copied the Bible word for word for hundreds and thousands of years.
And did tons of...
This is why...
Wait, hold on. Did he say hundreds of thousands of years?
This is for hundreds and thousands of years.
Hundreds and thousands.
This is why the medieval art matches the face that we see on this shroud. The implications for our faith are profound. Here lies...
Not even the Catholic Church will say this is authentic.
But of his passion.
Ahoch sent $20 on...
Ahoch!
Jesus is just words on a page until the Romans aka Bethlehem PA police reveal his factual existences. That's where such a record exists. It's just one goal I'd like to prove as fact soon. My 2 cents.
Factual exist. There's no factual existence. There's no records. So that's not going to happen. TRT voice?
Suffering. His love for humanity.
Oh, I can't take anymore. Jack Posobiec sucks. He's a Zionist. Okay, working on a new Man on the Street edit. I asked people about moon landing, flat earth, if Jesus rose from the dead. Here's one of the first ones. This guy says, NASA is BS because the Bible says there's a firmament. What has to happen? You know that there's astronauts going around the moon right now? You saw?
Yeah.
Do you believe it? Do you believe we've been on the moon before?
No, I don't think so. I believe in the Bible.
The Bible?
Whatever the Bible says, I believe that.
Why does the Bible say that we can't go to the moon?
The Bible says there's a firmament above, and if there's a firmament above, obviously it's unpermeable. You can't go past it. So, so for them to tell us that they have new photos of Earth and all that good stuff from a new satellite, I think it's a bunch of BS, honestly.
Do you think that we're in the end times?
100%. 100%.
Should have asked if it was satanic.
Some about a red calf, some about peace, war, then peace, and then war afterwards, something like that.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I should have asked him. Hold on, where am I? Should have asked him if he thinks Satanists run the world. That was the topic last time. Here's another one. Dude, these girls say real outer space is under the sea. I don't know. And that people were arrested for talking to dolphins. Do you believe that we ever walked on the moon?
Gosh, I have mixed feelings. Yes and no. Yes and no. I've heard some stories about it, like being fake.
Did they just got you or you're with them?
Are you at mine?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Do you think we ever walked on the moon?
I don't fucking know, babe.
You know they're going around the moon right now? Did you hear that?
Did I hear what?
They're going around the moon right now.
Who's going around
NASA, 4 astronauts.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe anything that the government says.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, nor do I care. I'm just living it up. We're just here. Let's just live it up.
Thank you.
know?
All right. I got a lot of that. Just living it up. Don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just at the beach, at the bar, drinking. Awesome. Do you think we ever walked on the moon?
Humans?
Yeah.
No. Oh. No.
No?
No. Yes.
They're supposed to be going around right now.
Is actually under the sea.
Oh.
No. I think that they did.
What makes you say that? They both have blonde hair.
But I know everything is like AI now, but I still
Aryan queens.
like everything is under the sea, first of all, really. Because
Why do you say that? What do you mean?
Under the sea. Yes, because think about it. They
She's
keep
like,
saying the ocean
bitch,
is
under the
undiscovered,
sea.
But y'all went to outer space. Yeah. But if it's a circle, think about it. You can get to it from underwater too. That's why they arrested people for talking to dolphins. But I only said not say too much because the government not going to come get me. Okay. But if you know, you know. The real outer space is under the sea. Thank you.
Under the sea, under the sea. All right. Dude, the full edit is going to be fire. These are just some little highlights. Some individuals, none of which got any likes at all. I don't know if I can keep doing this. 200 likes. You think Come on. Ever walked on the moon? I'm so shadow banned and suppressed and mass blocked. It's they're going around the moon right now.
There's conspiracy theories. I think it could have been staged.
This girl's actually 5'10". I'm just that tall.
Okay. What makes you think it's staged?
I think the moon boots look a little sketchy, and then the way they walked on the moon. Looks,
And the way that the flag is rippled.
If you look at the print on the moon, and then you look at the moon boots that they have in museums, does it match? Yeah.
Okay. I've seen that.
What do you
Real
think?
Vision sent $5
I think we
on
have.
Rumble. Evidence of how demoralized we are is how many people don't care about anything.
Yeah. Not everybody was like that, though.
You have?
Yeah.
Why?
I did talk to people that knew about it and believed it and didn't even question it also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Catholic, but yeah.
Catholic? So you believe Jesus rose from the dead tomorrow on Easter?
Yeah.
What ethnicity is Jesus?
That's a good question.
Above the cross it says he's the king of the he's the Messiah of a certain chosen people.
Are you trying to get me to say something specific? Because I'm kind of lost. I'm kind of lost.
You can say it. She's like, uh-oh, don't say it. She figured out what I was looking for. People are like, you're being so mean trying to debate those girls. There was no debate there. I'm asking the most basic questions in the world. For 1 minute. Okay. Gosh, this guy. These Amalek clips of this guy. Tucker Carlson's Easter special. Bring on this Exorcist kook. This charlatan grifter quack that was just on Sean Ryan. Tucker was the #1 news host on the #1 news station in the country, Fox News. Not like #1 most influential talking head in the country, and he interviews one kook after another with total nonsense.
What are steps that people can take to avoid being influenced by demons or possessed by them?
Yeah.
Well, the main thing
the real important questions.
Right. Especially
Jordan Dare Edom sent $5. I've been bickering with moon landing deniers on Odyssey at Devon Stack's latest stream, which debunked deniers. A completely hopeless endeavor for me. Most of my simple, valid comments get slimed to death by those Christ brain.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's really, they all start acting like Christians and flat earthers, too. Very obnoxious. The way, I don't see how it's not obvious. The people perpetuating all this stuff it's how many times do they have to get community noted or debunked or shown as like deliberate, intentionally lying and tricking people with this stuff?
That's more serious stuff.
And then they're obnoxious, like attacking you, like you haven't looked into it, or you're dumb, or you work for NASA. It's the whole thing is so bad faith. They start acting exactly like Christians.
Like, stop fornicating, stop doing all this, stop looking at pornography, because pornography is where we're seeing the real uptick in obsession and stuff.
Really? You see this?
Yeah. So the number of people becoming diabolically.
$5 on Rumble. Hegseth compares the pilot with Jesus shot down on a Friday, Good Friday, hidden in a cave, a crevice, all of Saturday, and rescued on Sunday.
I missed that. Wow. Not surprised.
Obsessed through.
Yeah, they're trying to push the revival, right? This is just Jesus shilling. This is the other side of the coin, scaring you about demons running everything so that you believe in Jesus. That's all this is. Period.
Pornography and even possessed. We've seen a drastic uptick in that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, when I was first a priest, people come to a priest. So when I was first a priest, the guys that would confess pornography, you didn't hear that too often because you had to go buy it, and there was a shame involved. Well, now that it became ubiquitous on the internet, you can do it in the privacy of your home. The number of men that are confessing is almost, it's pretty high up there. And so what we're seeing is that, but also.
So you're saying pornography is good for business, huh?
So the fact that a lot of
huge uptick in exorcisms, guys.
Addictive effect. That was one of the things that the Satanists taught the people in the porn industry. Curse the master copy, and then from that, the copies that are made will influence the people. And so.
Okay, so we're saying pornography is bad because they cursed it, because Satanists cursed the master copy. Yeah, before they shoot the porn and they bring in the Satanist to do a ritual so that the porn becomes extra bad, magically bad.
They do that, and then people become.
So you believe the porn industry is controlled by Satanists?
I don't know if it's controlled by it. My impression is these are just bad dudes, for the most part. I think that they're influenced by them.
Not demons, just bad dudes.
Satanists that are involved in the porn industry, I suspect there probably are, but I just think that it's they're the ones who taught them this is what you do, and this will boost the addictive effect of it. And so,
nobody would know what's addictive, but Satanists. Dude, this is so stupid.
There's one exorcist. It wasn't me, but there was another exorcist that I know of who's a good friend of mine. He had a case where the guy became possessed, and finally, there's a certain stage where the demon gets weak enough you can compel him. How did you get in? And he said, pornography.
Dude, watching pornography, the demon literally comes inside of you. That's like next level. What did they used to tell the Catholics, the nuns used to tell people back in the day, that if you masturbate, you'll grow like hair on the palm of your hands or something crazy? Or they pushed for circumcision because it reduced pleasure and sensitivity so boys wouldn't masturbate. Total clown show with these people.
And so then after the session, he asked the guy, what's the, what happened? And he said,
it's addictive because people biologically desire sex. And because if you do something and you get like the chemicals in your brain that are associated with masturbation, it's like doing a drug or having a pleasure signal. You want to keep doing that. It's not because it's magical demons. Dude, the demons come up inside you. They come in through your pee-pee hole when you ejaculate. Like, this is just so unserious. Yeah, dopamine.
He said, yeah, it was I think he said, I would believe it's pornography. He said, I watched this one pornography that had this one woman on it. And then after that, something snapped or changed. And from that point on, I had to see every piece of pornography she ever made. I was just driven obsessively to find her. So this is so that
means it's a demon? He finds a girl that he likes and he wants to watch all her videos, so it must be a demon? That's the proof? That's naked women are evil and sex is evil, not evil.
One of the ways that they get in. So
see, this is what they do too. When they criminalize, when it's a sin to have sexual desire, which God made us that way, by the way. It's not because Adam and Eve in the fall, biologically, life wouldn't exist if there wasn't the impetus to procreate. And this guy takes a natural human evolutionary psychology instinct of procreating that evolved into all living species pretty much, and then he makes that criminalized so that you need him, you need the Exorcist, you need the church, you need the blood of Jesus. This is the scam. Catholic Gooner confirmed. Yeah.
So to answer your question, there's a few things. One is prayer and fasting.
Frog Eyes sub to her OnlyFans. The demons made me do it. Right. Totally.
Pray. You should be praying regularly anyway. As a Christian, you should be praying.
Imagine all the confession booths where it's like the young altar boy, and he goes in there. He's like, Father Sarah, I thought about Christy from my school, and I got a boner. And he's just like, tell me more, my son. Tell me more. He's in the dark next door. Tell me more. Tell me, was it rock hard, Billy?
Sober Jeff Hardy sent $5 on Rumble. Going fatigue.
I know, dude. Demon fatigue. Have I not been talking all the time about the demon fear-mongering and Tucker and demons, and then he gives us this gold?
And if you're praying regularly, you can pray for your own protection. That's actually one of the reasons I gave you the book, Deliverance Prayers for the Laity, which is right there. But that book actually contains a number of prayers that are drafted. You don't have to use those. You can use your own. But this gives you kind of an outline or a structure. They say, okay, this is how this works. So consistent prayer life, a disciplined prayer life. You have to be very disciplined.
So you can watch porn and masturbate, but as long as you say your Hail Marys and confess to the priest, you're all good. Prayer solves everything. Amalek writes, do you see the problem? If our political problems are out of our hands or caused by demons and only Jesus can fix them any day now and we deserve to be punished for it, even with nuclear war, then reality becomes pointless. This shouldn't be tolerated. It should not be tolerated.
You know, if you look at the...
This is a disgrace. Tucker's such an unserious propagandist.
Are you hopeful for the country, since you seem to pay attention to the whole country, not just...
Yeah, porn addiction is a thing, but it's no accountability when you blame it on demons. The solution to your porn addiction is not this guy.
Yes and no. If you, by hopeful, you mean in the...
So many of these Christians are former drug addicts or, you know, have a degenerate past. How many incel Catholics out there are masturbating and then praying? That's why they need Jesus so much. They have to pray the gay away. With so many of these people, time and time again, that's the case.
Sense that human beings are going to correct this, you know, right this ship. I think it's beyond human correction. At this stage, it's so...
Oh, we can't be fixed.
Especially when you look at the corruption in the higher levels of government and that type of thing. But I am also hopeful that Christ, you know, if you look at the history of how God deals with human beings, he'll let us be evil only for so long, and then he gives us a spanking. So I think...
Oh, you ready for your spanking, Goy?
To correct it. Probably fairly soon. I mean, who knows when that is, but...
Christ is going to come and save us fairly soon, guys. Don't worry, they're all a bunch of corrupt, satanic, baby-eating, porn-possessing demons out there. White Wizard, you want the spanking? Oh, I want Jesus to spank me too. Ooh, a spanking from Jesus? That sounds so... Ooh, Jesus gonna spank me like my nun used to? Ooh, spank me, Father.
We're getting to the point where we're, you know, especially in a post-Christian era.
Moshiach's going to spank us.
I tell people,
oh, we're Sodom and Gomorrah. We got to be destroyed by God. We're so evil. Evil, satanic, antichrist, demonic Edom. Right, Tucker? Right, Dugan? Right, Rabbi Kabbalah? Rabbi Kabbalah?
You know, especially in a post-Christian era, we're almost as bad as Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, I tell people, look, at Sodom and Gomorrah, at least they weren't trying to marry each other, you know.
No, it's true.
Yeah, and so...
oh, dude, the Jewish God has to destroy America because same-sex marriage, man.
So I think that we've gotten to the point where that God is going to punish us, but in a way that a good father corrects his son when he's doing bad things, right?
Do you think that the first thing that jumps to mind is through war, and nuclear weapons?
Yeah. So we got to be nuked. Because we're so
Jesus
evil.
Christ, you're such a little bitch.
Unbelievable. Perfect clip. Am I not always trying to express and sound the alarm about that exact the content of that clip? Always, oh, the evil, satanic, demonic West, gotta be destroyed by God. There's nothing we can do to save ourselves. We just have to believe in Jesus. Demons run everything.
Sober.
All in one 2-minute clip.
Spank me, Rabbi Yeshua. Treat me like those filthy moneylenders. Amen.
It's like, how does the gay incel Christian envision their Jesus? How do you like your Jesus?
Picture Jesus in a tuxedo.
I like to picture Jesus with his anti-temple whip, wearing some black leather chaps with his shredded abs, whipping me on the butt because I looked at Christy in math class. I looked up her skirt in math class. I'm ready for Jesus to whip me with his whip like he did the Jews. Yeah, I got to do that one, Real Vision. We'll time that one in.
So he's never heard.
So possession, how do you know you're confronting one of those unusual cases?
Well, there are what we call the primary and secondary signs of possession. The secondary signs are certain psychological patterns, certain patterns we'll see in the person's life of what's happening.
Dude, this guy thinks he's so serious.
They don't give us certain.
Why are we? This guy should be in the loony bin and discredited and ostracized. Instead, the bigger the kook, the more platforms they get with the mainstream alternative media.
What gives us certitude is you'll pray over them and then you'll see a preternatural sign. This is something that a human being is not capable of doing, like morphing, changing shape, as I mentioned before, or superhuman strength. There was a case out in California a few years back where this 80-year-old...
Funny how he never has any proof of this. Why doesn't this guy wear a GoPro? Where's the body cam? Where's the camera set up in the room? The same people that will dismiss all of the evidence of us going to the moon, they'll dismiss all of it as fake, but then we're supposed to take this guy's word for it, all these magical things he claims to have witnessed with no proof at all? Or they'll believe the Bible, they'll believe all the magic of Marvel comic book Jesus, but then dismiss all of the moon landing stuff as fake and then believe Jesus.
A woman who had to have a walker to get in, just to get into the sessions. They had 4 beefy police officers there during this case, and as soon as this demon manifested, he just threw them all over the room. So these are types of things. Or another case that a friend of mine had, as it was a 10-year-old boy, that had 2 police officers there that were 250 pounds each. He lifted them both off the ground at the same time with ease. So these are superhuman strength. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So these are so you'll see
Whoa.
things. So
that's amazing.
Do you get unknown languages, foreign languages ever?
Yeah, so that's one of the other ones. So speaking in languages they've never studied. Now,
speaking in tongues.
So a lot of times, psychologists for a while were saying that, maybe the person's heard the language. Well, I don't know of anybody who can hear a language want them to be absolutely fluent in it, right? And so, too, there's...
How do you know they're fluent, dude?
Possession ever dealt with. This guy was speaking a form of Phoenician that had been defunct for 3,500 years.
How do you know it's Phoenician if it's defunct? Oh my God!
So he's never heard
Phoenician.
Yeah, he had been. So this is
$5 industry really is a vicious cycle, serving Jews. The kosher Christian leaders convince women is sinful, leaving men lacking what they need. Jews purvey and feed men the substitute, which destroys male-female relations. Oh, blame demons.
Good point. Thank you.
So, and fluently, by the way. So we're not talking about. So this is not a.
Tucker how about wait a second? If it's defunct and nobody knows what it is, how are they speaking it? How do you know he's speaking it fluently, dude? Yeah.
Psychological issue. There's other things too. So there's speaking in foreign languages. In fact, it's kind of funny. I had this one case where the demon. Christ restricts what languages they can speak with you, even though they know all the languages. He restricts them. And so in this particular case, he was restricted to speaking in Latin. So I had to converse with him in Latin. Now, my Latin is decent, But once in a while, I'll, when you're supposed to use the accusative, I use the dative.
Just like the movies. That's what they do in the movies.
He would just, when I would do that, I didn't do it right, he would just ignore me like he just didn't have to put up with this, right? And so then I would correct my language.
Oh, you mean the dude doesn't actually know Latin that you're talking to?
He was occupying.
It was actually, it was a woman that was actually possessed.
Thunderstorm 9 sent $5 on Rumble. Hey, Christians telling me I'm going to end up in hell inside a goddess isn't a threat.
Inside a goddess? They say hell is inside a goddess? I never heard that. The demon is his Latin teacher. He's like, that's not the proper verb there, actually, priest. Priest saw it in a movie, yeah.
Not a Latin scholar.
No, not she didn't even know Latin. So at the end of it, I commanded the demon to consider the fact that
This is how e-crusaders learn stuff, yeah. Christians just watch this and go like, whoa, dude, they believe every word of it. No skepticism at all.
Actually improved my grammar.
You know the demon's real because it improved my grammar, my Latin grammar.
He wasn't happy with that one.
So you mock them?
It's not mocking them. I just inform them in stuff that makes it's painful for them.
Dude, Tucker, you have Ahouch, our chosen one. Are you still here? You got a better chance of getting on Tucker than me. You should start super chatting into Tucker, I think. He'll bring you on before I will, I bet. No joke.
Because you don't want to mock them because that's degrading, right? And we don't want to degrade. We don't want to be involved in the degrading process.
Oh, we don't want to degrade the demons.
Why you don't call them names. Even in the ritual, there's a listing of names of theirs, but you're not going to call them like, "Hey, stupid, do this," because they're not stupid, right? And part of that is because they're looking. They'll be happy if you do that because of the fact that means your speech isn't perfectly modest. And so, at least in relationship,
totally right.
Yeah, and so
they get power.
They get power out of it.
That's totally right.
I've seen this in the human realm.
Yeah,
they're inviting you. Certain people are clearly under
the human realm
of these things. Invite you to lower yourself.
The demons will get turned on if you degrade them. Yeah.
Yes,
and invite you to mock and swear and degrade.
Ooh, mock me.
The second you do that, they become swollen.
Tell me I'm dirty.
Your experience, but in my experience with demons, they're willing to
tell me I'm a bad demon.
Take a beating to get that out of you.
Ooh, they like a beating. Give me a beating, goy.
Those that you're treating them badly if it means they're getting power over you.
Yeah, I think they're trying to incite you to become more like them.
That's exactly it. That's exactly
it.
The demon, you could come on, do it. Do it, Tucker. Scratch me back, Tucker. The demon in bed with Tucker. Scratch me back, Tucker. Say you love Israel, Tucker. Whatever you do, don't go read the Bible, Tucker.
I've seen that a lot. Yeah. And I don't know anything about what you're saying. I've just the parallels to the experience that like anyone engaged in our political discourse has to what you're saying are like crazy.
But
crazy.
Talking about that psychological compatibility, we have just a lot of people today that are psychologically compatible with a lot of demons, and that's why we're seeing that behavior.
Dude, it's good. Can we get a real psychologist on here? We need a Jewish psychologist to tell us true psychology. What is this demon shit?
Can you exorcise a demon from a person against that person's will?
No.
Tucker says, I don't know anything. I don't know about anything you're saying. But in politics, they're totally demons.
Can you exorcise a demon from a person against that person's will?
No.
Exercise?
Because if the person actually wants the demon to be there, God respects their free will, and that empowers the demon to remain. So you can't get anywhere.
What are those person's lives like?
They're miserable.
Yeah, they're living in hell.
Yeah, there was one. I actually had one case where the exorcist that trained me said, "Hey,
like he's a doctor.
Get to her. Would you take a look at her?" And I said,
"I had this one patient."
So I went in, and normally speaking, I would say a series of prayers to keep myself protected when I went in, and then clean, and protected on the way out. But I totally forgot to.
Oh, dude, you got to do your prayers to be protected before you go in and talk to the demons. You got to say Jesus' name 7 times, or otherwise the demons might get him. Is this guy with the Catholic Church, or he's been disavowed probably as a kook and a charlatan, I'm betting, right? Who's got the deets on that? Amalek, do you know? What's this guy's standing in the Catholic Church?
The exorcist that trained me said, hey, there's this one woman, I can't get to her. Would you take a look at her? And I said, yeah, I'll take a look at her. So I went in, and normally speaking, I would say a series of prayers to keep myself protected when I went in, and then clean, and protected on the way out. But I totally forgot to do this. And so I went in.
He forgot the magic words before he went and talked to the demon.
Started talking to her, and she was possessed all right. She was showing signs of preternatural knowledge. I mean, there was the types of knowledge she had. It was like, wow, that's pretty. But she liked it. She didn't want it. So I told her, well, look, I can't really help you in relationship to this. And so, if you want to cut bait with these guys, I'm willing to help you. But until then, I can't help you. So I left. Came down with the worst case of gout I've ever had.
The demon, man.
Gout. Just like
you got a medieval illness. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So, and everything I did, I even took those tablets that are.
Dude, he got gout because he didn't do the prayer. I believe it.
So, and everything I did, I even took those tablets that are supposed to help you clean out the uric acid. Nothing. Didn't touch it.
It's the most painful.
Oh, it was just.
I've had it. It's shocking.
Yeah. So. It dawned on me a week later, you'd think I would clue in being an exorcist. I wonder if that woman cursed me.
Real Vision sent $5 on Rumble. Bro. Priest forgot his demon lube.
Demon lube. Dude, you got gout because of your diet or genetics or just because people get gout. Not because. How many people have gotten gout and aren't exorcists that are going and trying to kick out demons? Dude, the demons gave him gout. I can't believe how stupid this is. Gout is from too much deli meat, is it?
So I said a prayer to break the curse, and within an hour, it would all cleared up.
Oh, of course.
So I called the priest.
Tucker, really? This is so trash. How is this allowed? Tucker's like worse than Alex Jones now. Tucker, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, like... Fox News, Glenn Beck. It's such a shit show.
Had sent her to me, and usually he'll pick up the phone. Well, he didn't pick up the phone. 2 weeks later, he calls back. Hey, I would have called you, but I got the worst case of gout I've ever had. And I said, dude, you've been cursed. And I said, let me guess, right toe, big foot, or big toe in the right foot. Yeah. How'd you know? I said, well, you've been cursed.
Let me guess. Isn't that where you always get gout? On your big toe? Right? Oh, let me guess. You mean the place where where everybody gets gout? Hold on. Amalek update on the priest. He says he is currently authorized out of Denver Archdiocese. He is the head of his own order of priests that has to do with the backing of the church. He is backed by the church. Oh my gosh.
So he said the prayer.
Christ will save us from the demon gout. Yes, if you say your prayers, Christ will save you from the gout.
First, boom, it lifts up. A year later, another priest says, well, I think she's had a change of heart. I said, okay, well, this time I went in and I said some prayers, kept my St. Michael to protect me. But
Did
I also
she apologize for cursing you?
No. So what happens is
good question, Tucker.
I said some prayers to keep myself protected, but I also said a prayer, which another exorcist taught me, which is extraordinarily effective. Which is, Jesus, if she tries to curse me, I ask you, or if I've been cursed, I ask you to send the curse back from whence it came. But if that's not your holy will, in either case, keep me protected. Now, there's a reason for that, is because if the person...
Dude, he gave him the Gandalf.
Not get involved in cursing people as a general rule, because they know...
Thou shalt not pass.
Very
Jocelyn!
Gout is from a buildup of too much acid in the body. Causes erosion of bones and redeposit of crystalline minerals in joints. Chronic acidosis syndrome.
Too much acid in the body. So it's not from demons, is what you're saying.
Curse that they put on people. So so I went in, talked to her. Oh no, she still liked the occult knowledge. She really liked knowing what her husband was up to. That kind of thing. Even though he was not even around her. What? So I just gave her the same story.
So she was getting knowledge that a normal person wouldn't have.
That's right. She knew what the demons would tell her. This is what your husband's doing, etc. And it was accurate, right? And that's how you know it's true. It's actually accurate.
Dude, the demons were like, hey, your husband's cheating on you. That's from another movie too. That's from The Devil's Advocate. Remember, the devil was on the train and like some guy was like talking shit to him or trying to fight, and he's like, "Your wife is at home right now with some guy cheating on him." Like, and the dude went home, or he's like, "What? My wife's cheating on me?" He's just copying shit he saw in demon movies. Dude, the demons are like helping a girl out. Why would she not want a demon if he's giving her intel? The demon's like her private investigator telling her about her cheating husband. Okay, isn't that a good thing? Jesus just lets you get cheat on behind your back, apparently.
Well, so I left, and then about a week later, I called the priest that had, said, "I think she's had a change of heart." I said, "Well, how's she doing?" She said, "Right after you left, she ended up in the hospital, and she's still there." Yeah. So this is, the cursing is one of those things that people can become subject to it. The main thing they have to do is make sure that they're leading an authentic Christian life and not doing anything sinful that would open the door for the demons, so they become subject to the curse.
Have you ever seen a phenomenon where someone is acted on by God, clearly inspired by the Holy Spirit, has a closer connection to God than normal, and then shortly after is attacked hard by demons?
Yes. Yes.
That's a common...
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yes.
What do you think he's going to say? No. No, that never happens, Tucker. So stupid. This is such a joke. Here's the scene from Devil's Advocate. You guys seen this? Black before political correctness, when the bad guys on the train were black. This is from the Devil's Advocate, man. Crazy. Brutal Mog, yeah. Yeah, today the thugs would have been white for sure. Dude. He's like, "Say hello to my little friend."
But
of course, RT is promoting Tucker and the Demon Hunter and saying that America is evil, satanic, demonic, antichrist, Sodom and Gomorrah, and needs to be destroyed by God. Okay? People will attack me for pointing out the controlled opposition role of Russia against Israel and Jews and Judaism. Well, here it is. Here's your anti-Edom slop propaganda.
Are you hopeful for the...
We watched this clip already,
we're
though.
Getting to the point where we're, especially in a post-Christian era, we're almost as bad as Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean,
we got to be whipped up by God for Sodom and Gomorrah. No, the movie is copying the devil, right? Satanists made that movie. Sure. Did chat say, is that true? Arnon Milchan made that movie? And I also heard in the chat, and I've heard this before, I believe it is true also, that they filmed some of that in Trump's penthouse at Trump Tower. Didn't you catch the priest repeating a story from different movie last week when he was on the show with Sean Ryan? Did I? I don't remember. I thought it was earlier in this show. He said the demons speak in Latin. That's from a movie I saw too. R.T. Lubavitch. Good one, Jocelyn. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially don't.
I'm talking about like in session. But anyway, the point being is that they basically are, they go through phases where their goal is ultimately to destroy the Christian religion. That's their goal ultimately, because they know deep down that is the religion that Christ established, period. And so, and
it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
I still don't.
Oh, so guys, if you want to fight the demons, all you got to do is bow down to the Jewish Messiah. Okay? Problem, reaction, solution, scare you that demons are running everything. And all you got to do to fight them is just believe in the King of the Jews, goy. How obvious is this?
And most of this, but I just watching the intent of almost everything, well, say the U.S. government does, it's aimed at Jesus.
What? The U.S. government's trying to destroy Jesus? Well, they're doing a really shitty job at it. See, this is just, we're being gaslit. This is gaslighting. And this is more of the narrative and the rhetoric of America's Antichrist, like Dugan says. Like in Kabbalah.
Yeah, or even the mainstream news media. I mean, a lot of times they're, you know, you can talk about anything about Christ, although that dynamic has changed a little bit more recently, a little bit.
Yeah, dude, the mainstream media totally trying to debunk and expose Jesus as a fake and a myth. That's totally happening. Unbelievable.
But generally, it's Christianity that's under attack. You can be any other religion you want. You can believe anything, do anything you want, but whatever you do, don't be Christian.
Whatever you do.
Yeah, and especially don't use the J word except as an epithet.
Dude, nobody ever uses the J word. You mean Jews? Dugan called Trump the Antichrist in Dajjal yesterday? Of course he did. Everybody's saying that shit now. I saw a tweet with like over 100,000 likes the other day. Or on Instagram and TikTok, the Trump Antichrist stuff, crazy, crazy numbers. Baba too.
Sent $20 on Rumble. Baba defines Christians to be very annoying. I'm NS and find Aryan Christianity, big in NS circles, to be
so dumb.
Odinism.
They wrote against it too.
Life more rationally. So do you. That's why the coin.
Thank you for the coin. I don't know about Odin being rational though. You know, it's myth. It's myth too. Myth and archetypes too, I believe. You don't get rationality from Odin. Unless I'm wrong, you can correct me. There's something I don't know, but you don't need mythical deities to have rationality. Time to phone in Donnie Darkin, that's right. Dude, Tucker's totally... Dude, the demon fear-mongering that they all do.
Given that Jesus rose from the dead and said basically to us through his whole life that what he can do, we can do, and we are supposed to do as he does.
Yes.
Do you believe in afterlife? Yes. And if you do you believe you can
communicate
with people in afterlife?
Well, of course I believe in the afterlife. I wouldn't still be here if I didn't. It's very clear to me.
What? If you didn't think you were going to heaven, you would, commit suicide? What is going on?
Personally seen a ghost, not a figment of my imagination, but an actual physical ghost, that you can communicate with beings. This supernatural realm is...
Dude, he communicates with ghosts?
Real as my iPhone, in some ways more real.
Sure it is.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, realer than your iPhone. There's more proof for ghosts than iPhones, guys. That's totally not crazy. Oh, shit. Hold on. I think I missed. Never mind. Here we go.
It's my personal belief, based on a fair amount of evidence, that they're not aliens. They've always been here. And I do think it's spiritual.
Can you articulate it?
The belief that supernatural beings take physical form. They all believe that. The Greek myths, Jesus, most famously. But that they take physical form, that they're not just like some ethereal, they're not just shadows floating around, specters, fog, that they're physical. Like, they're as real as the arm of your chair. And that they reproduce with people. Again, Christianity believes that. Jesus, Immaculate Conception, Spirit reproduces with human woman. That's what the story is.
Yeah, no, I was on February.
That's what the book says. I read it in a book.
2023, I was attacked in my bed by a spiritual being.
Physically mauled. In a spiritual attack by a demon?
Yeah, by a demon. And so I talked to a lot of people, and I was really shocked by what credible people told me. The U.S. government has, in fact, had direct contact with these beings, whatever they are. I've already told you what I think they are. And has entered into some sort of agreement with them. They could all be wrong. Of course, I can't prove it.
Yeah.
But I became completely satisfied, I'll say that they were not lying and that they were right or in the vicinity of right.
I care about this country and what happened to it after 1945. And it's a very clear demarcation line, and it seems obvious to me that nuclear weapons are demonic. There's no upside to them at all, and that anyone who claims otherwise is either ignorant or doing the bidding of the forces that created
demon
technology in the first place, which are not human forces, obviously.
These phenomena, which are clearly, obviously real. I mean, there's no debate about that. There's a lot of shit that people can't explain in the sky and underwater. We know that.
Underwater. Fact.
So the debate is...
Fact. He does the fact like Owen Benjamin. Fact. Spew some bullshit. Fact. That's like a hypnotic trick. They hear fact very assertively, confidently, and the people go, fact, true.
This government technology, is it from outer space or is it...
Update on the live stream, about to pass the moon in a few hours.
I've never met a person who can isolate the moment where nuclear technology became known to man. And so where did it come from exactly? Oh, German scientists in the 30s. Really, when? Name the date. And I've never heard anybody do that.
Dude, there's probably lots of dates. Science progressives. It's not like one day somebody magically came up with every detail of this.
It's very clear to me.
Give me the date. Give me the date. Oh, I don't believe it. Give me the time and date. Dude, ask Grok. I'm sure ChatGPT and Grok can give you a nice long write-up of the progression of nuclear technology. Yeah, nukes are fake, but Jesus and demons are real. Totally.
That these are demonic. And so people with this weird and destructive instinct, that's what it is. It's not a conspiracy, it's an instinct, have taken over all the levers of power.
It's a feeling. Like Candace has the instinct. She's like a prophet. She can feel it in vibes.
I think it's like a spiritual force. That's my personal view. I can't prove it, but I really believe it.
Our leadership is the worst. Yeah, they're the worst. They're like the worst people I've ever met. And maybe
you mean our leadership, like Trump, who you campaign for? I love how they'll campaign for Trump and then they'll turn around and lead the opposition against him in a kosher way. Oh, our leadership is so corrupt, just the worst. Then you can... they're all doing this too, by the way. Rogan, Tim Dillon, Alex Jones.
Believe it?
Our leadership is the worst. Yeah, they're the worst. They're like the worst people I've ever met. And maybe that's not accidental.
Yeah, I mean, could it be? I'll just raise the question. Could it be?
Oh, it's the kooky Christian apologist, Lee Strobel. The Case for Christ nonsense. Promoted by Tucker. Oh, no, you're not allowed to say the name of Jesus.
That some people have received some assistance from demonic
certainly seems that way.
In terms of achieving what they've achieved.
How many happy political, I don't know how many political leaders you know, but how many happy ones have you met?
Oh, gosh. Not a lot I trust, put it that way.
Right, but they're all like tormented. Yeah. Sweaty and nervous.
They're all demons. Demons are running Congress.
I do.
The main effort that the U.S. government has put into its disinformation, its lying on this topic.
Dude.
Their main...
Dude, this is such a demoralization. Everything's demonic. Well, there's nothing you can do. Nobody can be held accountable. All you got to do is pray and trust the plan.
In convincing you that the supernatural is not real. Why has that been so important for 80 years?
Dude, you guys all want everybody to believe the supernatural is real and the magical Jews are real. That's the scam.
For you to convince me the supernatural is not real. The obvious answer is, well, because they sort of know they're working for supernatural forces.
Oh, yeah. If you don't believe in the magical Jews and the magical demons and the Jewish God, you must be working for the demons. Right.
And I think that's probably true. I'm satisfied that I know enough, and I don't really want to know that much more. Because what an
idiot.
This doesn't help me at all to know that. So that's a conclusion I've reached. I'm usually pretty curious. I've stopped being curious about this.
Right. Yeah, you never talk about this shit anymore. He's not curious anymore. That's why he just brought on The Exorcist for a total fluff piece interview.
You truly don't want to know any more about it.
I think I know.
No, he knows enough. Doesn't need to look into it anymore. Doesn't need to debunk anything. Here he is regurgitating the Dugan line. Professor Zhang also, I saw a clip of him. He says he's going to Moscow for the Dugan conference. For a conference. I'm assuming it's the Dugan conference.
The point is that it's the end of something.
The end of America.
Whatever that religion is not going to continue.
The end of Edom.
It just won't. Because it's a lie. And so it will end, as all lies do. It will be revealed as a lie.
No, I think he's talking about Christian Zionism.
As all lies are. And so you're watching the end of the global American empire.
Oh, the fall of Edom, huh? The multipolar world and the fall of evil, satanic, antichrist Edom, you don't get more kosher of a narrative than this, guys.
The unipolar world.
Oh,
great,
yeah.
By the way, while it lasted.
Oh, it was great
But it's
until
over.
America,
And you're
American
watching
hegemony
the
fell.
end of whatever American Protestant Christianity, one of the greatest and most positive forces in the history of this world, whatever it became.
Yeah, dude. The Zionists are about to fall. It's the end of the Zionists.
Unrecognizable.
Totally.
The point is that it's the end of something.
All right, there you go. Funny how Alex Jones was saying this over a decade ago on RT, regurgitating, echoing the exact Dugan talking points. Right? Is it not obvious what's going on here? Dugan's always calling the West Antichrist, satanic, demonic, Baal, Moloch, Erev Rav.
$5 on Rumble. I love how they have all of this extra spiritual stuff added to the Christian culture, but would never entertain anything pagan. I'm convinced that these people's brains are mush.
It's the Christian-controlled op goy slop.
I Hoach sent $5 on Rumble. Is Christianity a clown show? 100%. There is a sensible end to it all, but it means accepting the Noahic covenant.
Never.
It means agreeing with the Jews. Why do you
No.
think Jews are pushing?
Forget about it. Why are Christians? Why are Jews? Hold on. Why do you think Jews are pushing Christians? You mean to be Noahides or promoting Christianity, pushing Christianity? Because it's proto-Noahidism. That's why. All right. It's showtime, folks. Ready for the big failed prophecy? We knew this was coming. This delusional kook, grifter, Chris Bledsoe, has been predicting for years that Easter 2026, the feminine demon angel orb told me that the end times war and the return of Jesus is coming. And nothing happened. And he's changing his prediction to another time.
Sent $20 on Rumble.
Who could have ever imagined?
Help take me out of the Western Christian value system.
Mm-hmm.
Odin is mythology. Your work has been invaluable as well. No kidding. That's why I give so much. I
Thank
benefit
you.
that much.
Thank you, Babatu. I'm glad. I'm glad it does. Appreciate that. Chris Bledsoe bled for Jesus. It's showtime, folks. Look, this was April 5th. Nothing happened. Sorry. 800 likes, 100,000 views. A big flop. Today is the day this kooky account promotes. UFO news grifter. Today is the day Chris Bledsoe claims the lady told him that when the Star of Regulus was in front of the Sphinx Easter 2026, there would be the return of new knowledge and potentially Jesus Christ. We were supposed to have the return of Jesus yesterday. And it didn't happen.
Government did.
Government.
And
the government
alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the Star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, but these astronomers run it through the machines and it comes out that that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing the state. Government did.
Government.
Now you hear it all over TV. 2026, that's the big day.
Dude, this guy's such a kooky bullshitter. Best-selling author, goes on all these big podcasts, makes prediction for years, gets it wrong. Is he going to fade out? No, he'll probably double down, move the date. And anybody that was dumb enough to fall for him in the first place, is dumb enough to fall for it again. Of course, they're going to double down.
2027, that year, something's going to happen. Armageddon, you hear it all over. You hear it on TV. If you study, I've heard even.
Thunderstorm 9 sent $5 on Rumble. Father Sarah needs to watch the TV show Supernatural to get more stories.
Yeah. Yep. I watched a movie recently about an exorcist, and it was the guy from Gladiator, forgetting his name right now, the Australian dude. Gladiator was the Exorcist. And it turned out, the end of the story, I don't want to, okay, spoiler alert. What's that actor's name? Chat? You guys are a little bit far behind. You'll get it in a second. I could Google it. Anyway, the plot, Russell Crowe as the Exorcist, right? So in the end, he discovers that the demons possessed the Catholic Church to persecute the Jews because the Jews are God's chosen people. Nice so there's your narrative, is that Edom, the Catholic Church, the Christian West, persecutes the Jews because they're demonic. That was the plot line.
I won't say names, but...
Please do.
Well, you know Lou Elizondo, right? Lou's mentioned that date. A lot of people have.
Also, there's this con artist, Avi Loeb, that says alien spaceships are coming and messing with us, who's Jewish, a Jewish Zionist, by the way. There's this guy, Lazar, also, who I've seen is also Jewish, promoting alien kook theories. The Pope's Exorcist, is that what the movie's called? Did Adam King write the script? Maybe.
Easter 2026.
Well, the year 2026. I gave him the specific time.
Oh.
And it was with Robert Grant that I told.
Oh, and nothing happened.
Alignment, no.
Look. Oh, guys, he didn't get his prediction wrong. He never predicted anything. It's all in my book. I simply shared what the lady told me based on star alignment. The return of King Star Christ, like Sean said. Who knows, but it's possible. No, never happened. Didn't happen. He didn't get his prediction wrong. The lady told it to him. The lady angel orb told him. Don't get mad at him, guys. He didn't get it wrong. The angel told him and got it wrong.
And then he's like, oh my God. He's been looking for this ruby. This little ruby you have to find and place it between the paws of the Sphinx to make this event that he knows is going to happen in 2026. I said, Robert, it's not a ruby, it's the Star of Regulus. He looks like, he's like, oh my God, that's the King Star.
The King Star.
So what's going to happen, I don't know. But I think it's possible that's the...
Moon's getting bigger.
That's the return of...
Christ.
Yeah.
The return of Christ. Dude, this guy was selling the return of Christ on Easter yesterday, and it didn't happen, and he's already changing the date now, walking it back, moving the goalpost to another time. Christians are such dupes.
Or the lady and the whole heavenly host living with us, Jesus. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life, publicly. You're the first.
Imagine falling for this kook. He's got lots of followers, though. A lot of people did. A lot of big podcasts have him on. Sean Ryan has how many subs? Like 4 million, 7 million subs? Let's see. On YouTube alone, he's huge on Facebook. 6 million subscribers. This guy gets to go on this show. Delusional grifter's prophecy didn't happen, so he's moving the goalpost to another date. The alignment pushed back to fall 2026.
Or whenever that time happens.
Yeah.
The way I see it, it's not like snap your fingers and something. We're not going to wake up on Easter or whenever that time happens.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not actually on Easter.
Because for 8 years, I wrote and talked about this alignment being in September or somewhere in the fall, because that was the date given to me by some people into astrology. And then they come back right when I go to write my book and say, oh, we made a mistake. It said Easter.
Oh, the astrologers, the astrology guys got the alignment date wrong. My bad, guys. Don't worry. Don't everybody leave. Don't call your lawyers. Hey, it's this guy again, too. Is this guy Jewish? He's got this spaceship podcast that Joe Rogan goes on and talks about Jesus and demons and everything. Who is this guy? This guy needs to be investigated more.
Well, That sounds plausible because the lady's always coming around Easter. I have this insane experiences every year at Easter.
Are you still having them?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you still speak to
every
this
year.
The lady, the angel, divine feminine angel orb lady comes to him every year on Easter. But remember, he says in the other interview, 10,000 data points they've given him.
The Virgin Mary, Hathor, Demeter. You think all of these?
I think it's the Sophia.
Oh,
the way I see it, it's not
Sophia.
Like your fingers.
Sophia, so Gnostic. Chris Bledsoe is a liar, a grifter, a charlatan. Until recently, he has been repeating since 2012, the lady told me Easter 2026. His own book states Easter 2026. His YouTube transcripts state today, April 5th, please, people, I beg you, wake up from the Bledsoe cult. I have come to understand that around Easter 2026, there will be the end of an old way and the beginning of the new. Here's his daughter. Let's see a little bit from his daughter. His son, the daughter, it's a whole family grift.
The Vatican, the U.S. government, and governments and other organizations all over the world have been researching my family's UFO case since.
Oh, sure they have.
Specifically, my dad. So just a little backstory before I talk about the lady. We, started having experiences in 2007. I tell the whole story on my page. It's a huge rabbit hole. But essentially, we've been seeing this consistently for 19 years. It at first...
I wouldn't mind a nighttime appearance of this demon.
It was very challenging.
Dude, they have like a mural. There's a photo of him in front of a mural of the lady, and it's like that one singer girl, the influencer girl. I'll look for it.
For my family.
So funny. Hold on.
We were ridiculed.
You guys know who I'm talking about.
By our community, by our loved ones, by the public. We were featured in a documentary that was a verified hit piece to make us look like frauds on television back in 2008. And we were consistently, still having these experiences while being in contact with people that were researching and investigating us. So yeah, we were seeing entities.
Oh, dude, it's real because NASA investigates them, guys.
All sorts of stuff in our house, outside of the home, and it just didn't stop. And we were being basically tortured socially and emotionally, and going through religious trauma because.
And I'll give you a secret he told me.
Look, he goes on Danny Jones, Sean Ryan.
He said,
I'm surprised Tucker didn't have him on.
When you leave from this place, it'll change you. I said, what do you mean by that? Sure, it can come full physical.
Very, very strict religious background in the deep south of America. And it was challenging.
Bible brain.
That's a little backstory. We get to 2012. I come home from school crying because I was getting picked on because we are the crazy alien family, and
yeah, you are.
A lot of ridicule.
Oh.
Come home from school crying, and my dad, who is kind of at the center of the story, he goes out that night and he just yells at the heavens, God, thank you for healing me. He was healed of a unhealable disease.
Of course, every time.
Thanks for showing up and blessing us, because
trust me, bro.
This phenomenon was angelic. It was benevolent and came and.
Okay, have we heard enough of this bullshit? I'm looking for the photo of his woman and just not seeing it.
Sick with cancer that were being healed.
Oh, look.
So, while
this guy exposed him, dude. We showed this guy the other day.
Prophecy.
Let's see this kook.
You're really gonna want to hear this one. So Chris Bledsoe, the UFO abductee who had a prophecy or a vision about Easter Sunday 2026, this Sunday, yeah, he's been telling this story since 2012 about a prophecy or a vision he had where an entity called the Lady, that he calls the Lady, came to him and told him about major events happening on Easter 2026. And remember, the first time he told this story was 2012. Well, guess what? Turns out there's a big shabadoo twist in this story. Because Chris Bledsoe, right there, himself announced It's not going to happen on Easter anymore. It's not going to happen till October.
Dude, this guy has almost 500,000 followers on TikTok. This kook.
What? What? How do you just change that? How do you just change something you've said for about 14 years? So did the entity known as the lady come to you and tell you about Easter 2026? Or did she not? Or maybe you thought when she said sometime in October that she actually meant Easter 2026. Either way, I gotta tell you, I'm out on this one. Yeah, I'm out. Whenever somebody has a prophecy, a vision...
When it's too crazy for this guy, you know it's bad.
I spent $10 on Rumble. I still need to produce my pièce de resistance called the Canonical Vine. It's about alcohol, which is the unassuming end to the Bible, actually, so exactly how to get attention I'm not sure.
TikToks, man. You'll blow up like this guy on TikTok. I heard you made something. Big Tech played it, right?
Whatever you want to call it, and then decides to change the timeline as it gets closer. I'm done. I'm done. So, if something happens on Easter, it does, and if something doesn't, then it doesn't.
Dude, look who else promoted him. Charlie Kirk promoted him. I cried out to God, but instead I got UFOs. Oh, my God.
It's ongoing, but basically...
UFO experiencer.
Started in 07 with a fishing trip with my son and 3 other guys, and turned out to be 4 hours of missing time. And
oh, dude, he got anally raped by the divine woman.
But either way, I'm going to be good. Shabba-dabooskies.
Dude, shabba-dabooskies.
While we were blessed by their presence, we were tortured by, the presence of others. And he goes out, he yells, I'm done with this. I don't want to see you anymore. This is ruining my family. Not you, God, or whatever's out there. Like, this has to stop. Serious attention of officials in the government.
I want to find the photo.
Vatican as well, because they've known about her.
Oh, dude, the Vatican knows.
These circles.
Stephanie Truth sent $5 on Rumble. If God exists and has a chosen people, they would look heavenly and would judge others based on truth and fairness. If the devil has a chosen people, they would be dark and be hateful toward all others.
If God was real, we wouldn't be arguing about if he was real or not. That's my take.
And trying to see her, trying to connect with her, trying to understand the phenomenon in general, but specifically her, and they've not had success. So that's why they started coming around. They were before that anyway. I mean, I talk about it on my page.
Okay, so this is the worst. This is the worst. We can't torture ourselves with this anymore. Instead, we'll torture ourselves with a bunch of moon landing denial conspiracies and show you how disingenuous and retarded they all are. This is not a thing that like I don't want to look into. I've looked into it, and when you look into something and you see lies and deception and out of context and deliberate fabrications and total kooks and tied in with a bunch of Christians, you realize real quick there's nothing there. Look at this argument. SpaceX now has over 10,000 Starlink satellites in orbit, but not one is visible from the Artemis picture. Anybody convinced by that logic? You can't see not a building, not a truck, nothing from this high in space. But you expect to see some little satellite? A lot of people, a lot of influencers were sharing this thing too. Starlink satellites are about 3 to 4 meters across, in orbit at around 340 miles of altitude, spaced hundreds of miles apart. And from 41,000 miles, they are too small to be visible in full Earth photos, obviously. It's like taking a picture with a drone of a forest and going, where are all the ants? How come we can't see the ants? This must be fake. Look at the picture. Yeah, like it's going to look like this.
So you and your supporters know, I've been watching you since 2020 and you profoundly shaped my walk with God.
Oh,
I can't
God.
totally side with you, but
Don't blame me, bro. Don't blame me. Bro, did I give you schizophrenia? Is that what you're telling me? The prophecies aren't real, dude. They're not real. If you follow me from 2020, take my word for it. They're not real. All right. I noticed most of the moon landing deniers worship a magical Jew like this conspiracy kook.
Since we're getting scammed again with this next little psyop, have you ever noticed?
Dude, you're the scam and the psyop, bro. See way more lies from people like you than from NASA.
Seems like the same group of people believe this narrative. They also believe this narrative. It's like, I don't understand. So we're just going to keep playing videos, but I do like to play comedy.
How are you going to take your helmet off? Well, clearly this is just a photo and they're not on the moon. This is the type of evidence that flat earth or that moon landing deniers have. And then you wonder why we think you're retarded and that there's nothing here. Hey, why is there a photo without the glass over their heads? Clearly this is like testing or some type of photo op that they were doing. You think they're going to take a photo and let that get leaked also, by the way?
On my channel.
Hold on. And then they share this stupid thing, which we debunked the other day. How many likes? 2.8 thousand likes.
Little psyop. Have you ever noticed it seems like the same group of people believe this narrative? They also believe this narrative. It's like, I don't understand. So we're just going to keep playing videos, but I do like to play comedy on my channel.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
If you laugh and have spooky music or laugh at things, dude, they all do this stupid joke. The cameraman left on the moon is doing great. Dude, nobody ever said there was a cameraman on the moon. The idea that the tilt of a camera is just like can't be explained, man. It must be a person on there tilting up. Okay, so already the first two things they show, wrong, stupid and wrong. Why is he always in his car? I don't know.
Is that not funny to you? Like,
no, it's not funny.
See this kind of
No, I don't laugh, actually. It looks completely normal. No stars in the background. Like, dude, look it up. It's like you don't understand how photographs work. It's daytime. It's daytime and the exposure is set up where you don't see stars because everything's lit up. But just laughing. Laughing is an argument, apparently.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, when he hits the craters and starts bouncing is when he gets his rooster tail. He makes sharp turns.
How did they bring the buggies with them on a rocket? Look it up. In fact, I saw, let's see, was that Instagram or TikTok? I saw an explanation. I'll look for it right now. Dude, there's answers to this. I love how they go like, they act like we're the ones that don't want to ask questions or investigate. But then they ask questions that have been explained and debunked a million times, acting like they got something amazing.
Hey, that was a good stop. Those wheels just locked. Mark off. Okay. Hold.
Okay, I really want you to notice at the very end what the sun says, okay? Listen really close what the sun says.
Well, you know, you're the first astronaut to do that. We asked 6 other astronauts to swear on the Bible, and they refused to do it.
Well, I don't particularly like to take oaths like that either, because I don't accept the Bible as the gospel of anything except...
Based. This guy rules. He's like, I'm not praying on your stupid Jewish Bible, bro. Oh, that must mean you're lying.
Record. But we did go to the moon. You bet your sweet ass.
It's not a historical record. Based.
I don't accept the Bible as a gospel of anything except a historical record. But we did go to the moon. You bet your sweet ass we went to the moon.
You bet your sweet ass, bitch, Bart.
The QR stand for?
Hold on.
Your interview is done. I've given you all the time I'm going to give you. And I think you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And if you continue this, and if you press this, I will personally take you to court.
I
do it.
I invite you to. I'm going to give you my card so you can arrange that. And I'm encouraging you to arrange.
You're frankly not worth it.
No.
Yeah, not worth it.
Sent $20 on Rumble. It seems like these people revel in supposed knowledge over others that they don't actually have.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They don't know anything. They couldn't pass freshman physics class or math class. So it's a bunch of retards acting like they're smarter than everybody, just calling everything fake. Pretty much. He thinks this is a good argument too. This guy Bart Sabrell is an obnoxious idiot that's running around lying about everybody. Oh, here, I found it.
On the surface, it's finally
Look, what does his other thing here say? How did they fit the buggy with them on the rocket? Here's your explanation right here. Look at this.
time to deploy the rover. On Apollo 15, the first time they used the rover, they set up a camera right here. This is how we got the actual footage unfolding process.
Mind you, their talking point is, it looks like it was made by a meth head, Owen Benjamin always says. This is a marvel of engineering, and none of these idiots calling it fake or saying, oh, it looks like it's got aluminum foil and it's put together in a junkyard with trash by a meth head. None of you idiots could even begin to build anything like this. A marvel of engineering. Okay, you get it. It's an intricate thing.
Inside, where the forward
wheels pop out.
Process that we saw with the
nothing magical, nothing suspicious. All right. How'd they fit it in there?
I will invite you to. I'm going to give you my card so you can arrange that, and I'm encouraging you to arrange.
You're frankly not worth it.
No, we have you on the record saying you'll take me to court. I hope you do, because we have proof that would prove it in a court of law that Apollo 11 didn't go to the moon.
Oh, well, funny how that never happened.
Big to go down with Iran. Trump's deadline coming up. Maybe nukes or megaforce flag to justify nukes. Perseverance to us.
Sure, yeah, something could go down with Iran. Definitely, it's already been going down. That is not proof that this guy's Easter prediction is legitimate, though. But they'll probably, anything that's going to happen, and they'll be like, look, it's close to Easter. They'll still try to turn it into a W.
And maybe do that if they feel like they want to have a little fun on a trip to the moon. As an independent producer,
okay, we're heading out.
Doing that is against moral ethics.
Lying about going to the moon is a satanic lie.
Satanic lie. You're a satanic lie. That's how you know it's bullshit, too. All the flat earthers, I should say almost all the flat earthers and the moonland deniers, you can't do it because the firmament and the Satanism and evolution and don't want you to think you're on a little rock floating through space because God made you in Genesis and...
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get...
I'm heading out.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of my house.
Yes, kick them.
Get a gun and shoot them at them before they get out of the office.
Whoa.
We have a video camera running if you want to do it. See you later.
Yeah, we got a video camera running. Want to call the CIA? Have them whacked?
Nope, he's still around doing his bullshit. Dude, this guy's sitting in his car making faces, too. I heard he's a Mormon something. Former Mormon, still Mormon, I don't know. Here's another one.
This is like sad. All right, hopefully I'm just going to do one more, and then hopefully we'll be done with this topic. I can't believe how upset people get when I post some of these videos. Well, by the way, is that supposed to be Australia? Like, think about this for a second.
No, it's supposed to be Africa.
That's supposed to be Australia right there. And then,
wrong.
And then you...
Oh, everybody gets so mad that I'm just like posting all these bullshit videos and just lying and saying stupid stuff all the time. Like, why are you so mad that I'm an idiot?
Start to die.
And making everybody retarded.
To NASA's older photos that
Zorn Dare Edom sent $5 between Trump's daily insanity on display over Iran, and all this moon landing denial. It is a very sad state of humiliation the Jews have reduced white folk to. White pagan brain power is magic to these fools. Can't wait for your debunking.
Satanic. Thank you. All right, guys, update. We're getting closer and closer to the Passover. The Passover of the moon. They already just broke the record for farthest ever away from Earth.
Jutsu sent $5 on Rumble. These people me off so much.
Piss, is that what that said probably?
Pitched. Like, look at this.
I'm not sure about this. This is probably a Photoshop done by a moon landing
Top
denier.
guy on salary got a little lazy. Cloud duplicate, cloud duplicate. Oops. Going back.
Oops. I can almost bet you anything that some moon landing denier made that Photoshop and then posted it pretending like it was real. That's always the case with these things.
To help people get triggered. This is a message. Somebody came into my inbox because the cognitive dissonance was hitting them so hard. This is like...
You are a loser believing TikTok conspiracy videos. Get a life. You are spreading anti-American lies. We did go to the moon.
Hard. This is like Santa Claus level of anger, like when little kids find out about Santa Claus and then they're upset with their parents.
Or like when we say Jesus is just as real as Santa Claus and you start seething.
Here's a tattoo artist on one of the posts that I did questioning NASA. Like, Houston, we have a problem. And it's not even the fake stuff.
Oh my God, this video too. Moon from Earth, Earth from moon. They were all doing this shit. Every one of the things they say is so dumb. Focal length. Focal length makes the difference of how big the moon looks.
If it's how people are acting when you expose it, this is...
You're not exposing anything.
Anyway.
People are acting because you're a lying retard. That's why. That's why people are annoyed with you, because you're an obnoxious, lying retard.
I do understand when you're being lied to, you want to go after the messenger. I do.
Oh, dude, ChatGPT said it's AI generated, dude. You cannot trust AI to get things right like that. That's the other thing. And Grok says it's fake. Grok says it's an AI image. I believe it.
I want to let you know that I will always be here for you. Big hugs when you're ready. Anyway,
we don't need hugs.
This reel together as one. We can watch a video together.
Dude, this was, they cut off. It said simulation. This was never shown to the public as a real spacewalk. All right? AI is terrible at detecting AI. I know. He's like, why do you get so mad? Let's watch a video. And then it's this stupid thing that they share all the time. Nobody ever pretended this was real. They told you that this was a simulation or practice or whatever it was. These disingenuous conspiracy grifters cropped out where it said this is not real. They go, oh, you're just so mad for no reason because I'm exposing you. And then they show you this shit. So stupid. And then he's going to laugh. Nobody ever pretended this was real, you idiot.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh, this is so good.
Actually.
It's priceless that you're an idiot pretending like this was ever pretended to be real.
This is priceless. Remember, we lost this technology. We lost.
No, that's another lie. The guy didn't say they lost it. They took down the factories. We still have way better technology to go to the moon. Everything is wrong. Everything they say is fucking wrong. These people are the liars, not NASA. Clearly, these are the lying grifters. How do you not look this up? Everywhere that this post, it gets community noted or people in the replies telling you that it's fake, and they don't care. They still keep pushing it. Frauds.
That is so good.
It's so good that you're so dumb that you're pretending that that's real. Update, they are saying the picture is supposed to be of Africa. Still doesn't scale. No, and look, every time. Satan, NASA, Hebrew, deceive. Another lie. NASA means to like something else. It's Nasha is deceive. Nasha. The only way that we're going to be able to convince these Christians that NASA is real is if they put Jesus on the module, the lunar module, or Jesus on the rocket, and put Jesus on the patch. That's the only way to get these people to believe. Otherwise, it's demonic and satanic NASA deception. Jack Stone, you're right. They're exactly like Christians, and most of them are Christians. Same type of bullshit and lies, out of context, fabrications, hoaxes, deliberate misrepresentations. They get debunked. They don't care. They always just keep doing it.
My Bible says there's a firmament. You can't break through it. You're a retard. My Bible says there's
only way to deal with the biblical flat earth moon landing NASA disrespecters. Firmament has gone mainstream. Brought to you by Jewsmax. Ultra Zionist Jewsmax. Shilling firmament, flat earth bullshit.
Firmament, it can't be penetrated. So there's different levels of heaven. That's why they call it outer space, not space.
Oh, that's why.
It's space. There is heaven. We fly in the heavens on a plane. But then there's a higher heaven. That's why God, the Heavenly Father, is called the Most High. Because there's levels to this.
Yeah, it's certainly...
So you didn't know you were getting all this, folks.
That's right. That's right.
Real Vision sent $5 on Rumble. I'm leaning towards the first being real now.
They're all real.
Years to go back.
Firmament, it can't...
Dude, are you serious, Real Vision? They cut the whole budget after they got there. That's why. They started doing other stuff. Hubble, what was the other thing too called? The space shuttle. They did space shuttle. They did the space station. They did probes to farther out. They did Hubble. They did other stuff. And now we're going back again. Oh, but dude, Newsmax promoted it. Ultra Zionist Newsmax. Look, Flat Earth Bible Jesus. Brett, Flat Earth Bible Jesus. I got to get this conspiracy song for my TikTok videos. Look, the astronauts were removed before. Look. Dude, that's the arm moving out of the way. And it looks tampered with because the rest is missing. Oh, dude, they got away on the gondola at the last second. Might as well just not put him in there. Yeah, why did we not gone in 50 years? Because they did it. We won the space race. And then they cut the budget because they wanted to spend the money elsewhere. Emotional music for emotional retards, yeah. Dude, this is Christ's brain. It's Bible brain that feeds into this stuff.
$5 on Rumble. Christians complained we spent so much money on the space program instead of feeding Africans.
Yeah, exactly. 10 reasons the devil needs you to believe NASA narrative. It shifts. Hold on. 1,000 likes on this. It shifts your awe from the creator to the creation. Instead of looking at the heavens and glorifying God who made them, people are trained to marvel at quote-unquote space, rockets, astronauts, planets, and the supposed genius of man the devil always wants worship. See, it's Bible brain kookery every time. It makes God feel distant and unreachable. It replaces biblical cosmology with man-made mythology. The Bible speaks of firmament, heavens, earth, God stretching out, blah, blah, blah. This is the reason that they deny it. Paganism, Apollo, Artemis, Diana, pagan symbols. This is the reason they deny it. This is the reason they promote demons. This is the reason they deny all of this, because it wrecks. This is an admission that their religion is debunked, so they have to deny it. They have to reject it. Disinfo slop from Alex Jones, sharing this, misrepresenting what this astronaut was saying.
It might land wrong, but I'm going to try anyway. This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome. Like, we should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment to go, that's awesome. One of the things that we most asked for and look forward to is we are going to do a crew conference between...
No, dude. Hey, I'm Bike Kerr. I knew somebody would try to say that. I am not straw manning. Time and time again, when I look at all of the flat Earth stuff or the moonland denier stuff, it's always tied back to a Christian. Bart Sabrell, it's satanic and it debunks the Bible every time. He's the biggest one. It's all of them. It's like you're saying, not a real moon landing denier. No true moon landing denier, huh?
Between integrity and the International Space Station, the crew that's up there.
I mean, that's extraordinary. It really is. And he knows.
It really is. That's extraordinary. No, it's not. Why is Alex Jones pushing the same slop as RT? Yeah, what's so hard to understand? The first time that there's going to be humans at the moon and in low Earth orbit. Because the last time they sent people to the moon, there was no space station. There was no people in low Earth orbit. That's what he's saying. See what I'm saying? Time and time again, they're so bad faith with all their proofs. I want to see what Jones says here some more.
Putting that across there, and that this is the first time Americans have gone back to the moon in over 50 years. So to lay it out there makes it sound like, oh, we never went there in the first place.
No, that's not what he was saying.
But for him, over and over again, is threat, threat, threat. They have to gin up the UFO file as a threat because then they can control the threat.
Absolutely. So let's expand on that, but just go back to our... You have the commander of the mission. We'll play the clip. When I saw it yesterday, I went... He says, first time we got on the moon with people in low Earth orbit. So he says it, he's smiling to say we never went, but then to say, no, I meant with us in low Earth orbit at the same time. Obviously provocative. Why are they stirring it up? Here's a clip.
They're not stirring it up. It's clear what he's saying.
Looking forward to reading it. Happy.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of good feedback on the book. No debunking of the book. Notice that?
Wrong, but I'm going to try anyway. This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit. That is awesome. Like, we should, as humanity, we should take a brief moment to go, that's awesome.
He's saying, like, look, we're doing something we haven't done before. He's trying to make their pass around the moon seem a little bit more important. That's all it is.
One of the things that we most asked for and look forward to is we are going to do a crew conference between integrity and the International...
And they're going to talk to each other.
I mean, that's extraordinary.
No, it's not. No, it's not. See how they make something out of nothing every time? Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. Oh, no, it's not Alex Jones. AJ Gentile. That's the guy's name, Gentile? Drop bombshells on the NASA moon landings.
Do you think we landed on the moon? I have a lot of thoughts on it that I never get into. I mean,
That's a no. That's a no, of course. Funny how all of these Russian shills they're seething mad that Russia lost the moon race, that they're all trying to undermine it.
You squirmed the way I do and asked. I mean, I went down this once because it's my job, right? And I found it really distressing, so I just kind of gave up.
Oh, it's too scary. The evidence was so good and scary, I just gave up. What a fucking retard, dude.
All these people. You never know who's telling you the truth about anything, right? But I talk to people.
You're supposed to be the top journalist in the country, but you never know if anybody's telling the truth. You can't tell the truth if it smacked you in the face. You're the biggest disinfo peddler in the world, probably. It's a race between you, Alex Jones, and Joe Rogan.
I sort of do trust. Like, no, it's not. But then I thought, whatever. I don't. There are a lot. I spend my life looking into things and trying to figure out what's real and what's not. And I do think in midlife you realize, having done this for so many years, that like some things you're not going to know. Right. And I think you can go crazy because I've pushed to the edge of it myself, trying to figure out what's right, what's true, what actually happened, what reality is. But
Dude.
I think it's unattainable on certain stories.
Can't know anything.
I will say, we accidentally taped over the original footage because we ran out of Betamax.
Yeah.
And
what makes you mistrust CIA agent Tucker Carlson? I don't know that he's CIA. His dad was CIA, Voice of America, but he seems most likely something Russian propaganda.
You know, the schematic drawings of the spacecraft are like missing and all this. It's like
telemetry data is gone.
Yeah, telemetry data is gone.
It's
like, stop.
They can't replicate the technology.
Right. Yeah.
Wrong. Dude, how many times are people going to regurgitate that lie? That's not what the NASA engineer was saying. He's saying they lost the technology, like they don't have the factories to build all the space mission equipment anymore. That's what they mean. The technology is not lost. It has progressed and advanced. This is so stupid. This is a total litmus test for somebody's intelligence to fall for all this shit.
I'll say this. If it was faked, of course can't prove that. Then it's just one more instance of the U.S. government having to backfill, a 57-year-old lie. And it's done that a lot. It certainly did it with the murder of John F. Kennedy. And you tell a lie and it just kind of doesn't go away because you have to continually make.
So now it's a lie. Now they've been lying for satanic lie for 50 years.
You'd hate to think that.
Would Russia benefit from Americans thinking that their government lies about everything?
That's real.
That's the struggle with the moon landing question, I think, because it wasn't a gotcha question. Because when I'm asked that all the time, and I do the same thing, I kind of go, A, I wish you didn't ask me that. B, I'm not sure. I think we did. I think something was found up there, which is why we didn't go back. And for me,
dude, they went back so many times.
Trust and believe him.
Wait, hold on. Trust and believe who?
For me, it all hinges on Edgar Mitchell because I trust and believe him. And if he says he walked on the moon, then I believe him.
Okay,
but
thank you.
Something was found up there that maybe the government didn't want us to find.
Yeah, dude. The secret Nazi bases. The secret alien demon fallen angels clubhouse. They found it and they're like, you don't come back here. Trump just said we have never been to the moon. 4.8 thousand likes. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he said.
Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis II. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing.
They're going farther. Because the moon is in an elliptical orbit, it's farther away right now. So they're farther from Earth than the Apollo missions, even though they landed on the moon. Also, they land on the side that's facing us, so it's closer. They're going all the way behind it. That's what he's saying. It's the farthest astronauts have ever gone. Not that we never went on the moon. See how every one of these is a lie? I'm not just sitting up here and saying, trust NASA, you're all dumb. No. I'm saying, look, I'm going through all the main arguments, and every one of them is a lie.
On the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless them.
See? Total bad faith. Here's another lie. Dude, these accounts on here just make up lie after lie after that. Look, there's 4 astronauts, right? Who's filming them? Obviously, this is AI. You can tell that's AI just with the voices don't match the... See, where'd all that noise come from? Nobody was saying anything. Hey, AI, they take a photo of these people. They say, hey, AI, pan the camera to the right and show the moon out the window. And that's what this is. And then these guys go, who's holding the camera? You hear the underwater noise too? Hey, NASA's so dumb. They're such sneaky Satanists, but they're so dumb that they didn't think the dumb goy would figure out that somebody's holding the camera. Everybody's sharing this around too. You can tell how it goes really light, really light to dark also, you can tell that's AI. All right. How many examples do I need to show you that these people are liars? And they're not dumb either. It wasn't a dumb person that did this. It was a con artist exploiting people for clicks. This is not a NASA video. It's fake, obviously. Doesn't matter. 1.4 thousand likes. Piers Morgan had a debate with this top moon landing denier, Bart Sabrell, versus this astrophysicist. We'll show a couple highlights.
But you know who else agrees that we did? The Soviets. Our arch nemesis, Piers, you may not know this. The same day that we landed on the moon, the Russians had a probe that they were trying to return samples from the moon, like this moon rock that I have here, and they were trying to return it to Earth to beat us. And they ended up crashing that spacecraft on July 21st, 1969. They failed to reach it, but they agreed to coordinate with NASA so they didn't hit the Apollo lander because they agreed that would be a much worse thing. Now, Piers, can you imagine us coordinating with Ayatollah Khomeini right now? And he's going to congratulate us tomorrow or tonight when the Artemis mission lands. That's exactly what happened. So the best evidence, Bart, doesn't come from America even. It comes from the Chinese, from the Indians, from the Russians, who are our nemesis at the time, proving that we went there with their own images, data, and scientific evidence. So that's the way we should do things as a scientifically literate society.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who else?
Mm-hmm. Owned.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I watched the Professor Dave series debunking Bart Sabrell, the leading moon landing denier. Listening to this guy for 10 seconds, I can already tell he's a quack. Just literally the way he talks and the way he looks. But the debunk on him, he's just a total bullshitter and wrong about everything.
The most powerful government in the world falsified their alleged greatest accomplishment. They did indeed fake the moon landing.
I want to treat Bart as a colleague, maybe not as an equal.
I'm not an equal. Oh my goodness.
If you would let me teach you some physics, then you could make your argument stronger.
Charlie Duke is an Apollo astronaut, the 10th and youngest man to walk on the surface of the moon. What do you feel about the conspiracy theorists who think the moon landings were all...
They're retarded.
They're fake.
You're willfully ignorant if you don't believe that we landed on the moon.
What is the mindset of somebody who said, well, it didn't really happen? That's like the denial of humanity. These crazy individuals shouldn't have our attention.
Given this is the furthest that NASA have ever sent a rocket, presumably you think this must be fake too. The Artemis...
It's a satanic fake.
The moon will be the furthest human...
All right, we're not going to watch the whole thing. We'll do another clip, though. Here's a clip.
Powerful government in the world.
Oh, wait, we watched that one. Here we go.
5 feet away, the shadow's at 9 o'clock. That can...
Oh, dude. Professor Dave does a whole debunk on the shadows. This guy can be you know, a bullshit artist when they get debunked and they just keep regurgitating the same crap over and over again. Totally dishonest.
You've also claimed you describe what you call as anomalous shadows that are not
Captain Kirk Respecter.
Multiple artificial light sources in a studio rather than a single distant sun. So these photographs that we're looking at now, you think are indicative of fakery?
Well, let me also say I went from being the big...
47 sent $5 on Rumble. The people who say this stuff about America being corrupt and is against us are the same people who are all about America and love Trump.
Mm-hmm. Or the ones that shield Trump now are saying he's a satanic, owned by Netanyahu.
Sent $5. How long have the Shabbatniks been running U.S. and Russia again? Yet we still choose sides as if the foreskinless can be trusted. I don't trust them with anything, nor be taking sides when it's all rigged anyhow.
Well, it's not about taking sides. It's about opposing disinfo and false dialectics. And you're on the side that you're on. I'm in America. If America collapses or gets destroyed or nuked, that's not good.
Greater fan than Brian. I had a shrine of Apollo pictures in my house.
Oh, I totally love NASA. It's like every Christian goes, I was a total atheist, but then I read the Bible and now I believe. Dude, just look at his face. You trust that guy?
For decades. And a filmmaker's job is to make fake scenes look real. Go back to the picture and look how shadows should be in sunlight.
the sun. It's 1 million times bigger than the Earth in volume. It's 93 million miles away. It's going to cast shadows in the same direction on the
Real
Earth or
Vision
the
sent
moon.
$5
There's
on
two.
They are in the same
I
directions.
used to think the first landing was fake. You've changed my mind. Hail Apollo, Artemis, and Orion.
Gemini.
Excellence.
It really is. It really is. A lot of the seething is because it was white guys that did this too, because we won. Space superiority, moon mogging the world. That's why they be hating. Clearly.
Telephone poles about 5 feet apart. The shadows are parallel. Here's a picture they claim was taken on the moon of objects 5 feet apart. The astronaut shadows at 12 o'clock. The rock 5 feet away.
If you're convinced by this, watch the Professor Dave video. He goes deep into
The
this.
shadows at 9 o'clock. That can only happen with a close electrical light. We just proved with one photograph that they faked the moon landing, despite what anybody says, despite
We just proved it.
the government says. That picture cannot be duplicated in sunlight. It can only be duplicated with
Dude, I think it's even, he's on Joe Rogan, and Jamie he shows photos that he took doing the exact same thing, debunking this guy.
So let me
things are on Earth.
Yeah, you trust this guy or Von
They
Braun?
didn't go to the moon.
Okay.
I'm
Brian-
sorry to bring you the bad news.
No, that's your claim. Brian,
I'm sorry I lied to everybody and profit off lies.
Again, I want to treat Bart as a colleague, maybe not as an equal, but I want to treat him fairly. And I want to say, Bart, you have much better evidence that I've heard you talk about.
Quit the lisp.
With our
Oh my goodness.
well, I
Not
don't
an
think you're a
equal.
trained scientist, Bart. I mean, if I go to my Wikipedia
Well, I don't think
page,
you're a trained cinematographer either. Who
That's right,
says
right.
With
But if I-
100%
when I go to my
certainty, those
my
pictures were
Wikipedia
taken
page, it
with
says
electrical light.
Okay, Bart, when I go to my Wikipedia page, people can see that I'm listed as a professor of astrophysics with 40 years of experience. When they go to your page, it says conspiracy theorist.
Mogged. Wikipedia mogged. Here he is on another show. Apollo is the name for Lucifer. It's a satanic deception. Trying to cover up for my Rabbi Jesus.
Well, because it's a pleasant lie. They want to believe it's Santa Claus for adults. People who are intellectuals who don't believe in God have made the moon landing their God.
It's their God. They don't believe in God, so they just believe in things that we did. He believes it's their new God. See what I'm saying? Every time. Owen Benjamin just regurgitates that line, too. Oh, NASA is your God. Do you worship NASA? Is Neil deGrasse Tyson your priest? Bald guy looks and sounds like a Jew. You know, Big Tech told me that he heard he was a Jew. I should look it up.
They will not insult their God. I talked to a college professor teaching aerospace at one of the most prestigious universities in America. He said if an Apollo astronaut went on national TV and confessed that the moon missions were fake, he would still think he walked on the moon anyway.
Well,
This
you
is a
notoriously
blasphemous claim.
You notoriously got punched by the second man on the moon. Tell us about why Buzz Aldrin punched you. Take us through that story. Had you been doorstepping him a while, and was he worried you were speaking the truth? Why?
Stalking, harassing, calling him a liar.
I just think about it. What if it were me? I mean, if I walked on the moon and someone thought it was, shot in a TV studio at Cannon Air Force Base, I would find that hysterically funny.
They do think you're funny and retarded.
Swear on a Bible, I would say sure. What about
Sure.
would 3 make it better? But the fact is, a sword with no point causes no injury. It's like I walked up to him in front of his wife and said, "Oh, your mistress says hello." He's angry because I'm telling the truth. I know somebody who was.
I would punch this idiot too.
With him when he was drunk as a skunk, and he said, we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Yeah, dude, every one of this guy's stories is just like, trust me, bro. He has the craziest bullshit stories. Total con artist. Oh, somebody was at a party with him, and he got drunk and told everybody. Trust me, bro.
Said it on video accidentally a few years ago. We didn't go to the moon.
Accidentally said it. Sure. You take him out of context.
Is a complete fraud just by
Yeah.
the story of him running away from the CIA. How
Yeah,
did they get
total
everyone on
bullshitter.
board with faking the moon landing but can't even keep this guy in custody?
Yeah. Total fucking grifter charlatan.
Well, what about now?
Why we didn't?
Well, the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, you spoke to him. Now, he always stayed out of the public. What do you think he was hiding, that he didn't land on the moon? He sort of got depressed and never sort of was seen in public again much. And what happened when you met him?
Dude, I just watched, he did a 60-minute interview before he died. What do you mean? He wasn't an attention whore?
He didn't punch you, did he?
He didn't want to be the figurehead.
No, he had better sense than that.
He was a
never
more
gave
classy
interviews.
man, which
You
is
can-
why they
you
allowed
can
him to go
imagine
first.
Yeah, this is the guy that got punched.
People on the first mission to the moon only gave interviews if the president of the United States asked them to.
Not true. Wrong.
Page of Sabrel.com, we show it.
Dude, I watched interviews from, what is it, Mullins, I think the other guy, the guy that stayed in the module and went around the moon, and of Neil Armstrong I watched recently. Everything these guys say is fucking wrong.
Clip of Neil Armstrong speaking on the 25th anniversary where he says, perhaps someday you'll be able to remove one of truth's protective layers. The main...
Another lie. I have the clip of him saying that and the guy going over it. Another lie. They cut it off right there. It's clear the context he's saying is they're overcoming the idea that limits us, that we can't do something. Dude, let's go find that real quick. Hold on. Because it's so bad. Where is it? Oh, you know what? I realized I may have it still in my... This is it. Look, this is what he just mentioned here.
One of truth's protective layers.
Joe Rogan does the same thing. They're so bad faith. They're so deceptive, deliberately deceptive.
Available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
What?
Oh, and they stop it there. So there's no context. One of truth's protective layers. Okay, so he probably followed that up. And if I were to research it, I'm betting that he continues on with that thought. The editor of this movie, of this video that he's watching, paused it there. Joe Rogan paused it there. Happy to pause it in the middle of a point. And watch what he makes of this.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? So because he's not sure what he's talking about of truth's protective layers. So what is it? What is he getting at there? Please expand upon that. Instead of researching that, look, the video's over. Do you think he ended the speech there? It's clearly not over there. And instead, he makes a wild, pointless, non sequitur conclusion from that, which is, oh, the protective layer of the truth is that we didn't go to the moon. Oh, the hell? It's a batshit, mind-destroying conclusion that Rogan pauses at the end, takes the dude out of context, pauses halfway through a sentence and a thought, and goes, I'm not sure of what he meant there, therefore we didn't go to the moon.
One of truth's protective layers?
That's odd.
Beyond.
Okay, I can't even, dude, it's fucking retarded.
Breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
I wonder if his next sentence is going to explain his previous sentence.
Breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
Now, this is where the video stopped. This is where Joe Rogan's curiosity stopped. They don't want to hear the next sentence. Do you want to hear the next sentence? I think the next sentence is going to explain the prior sentence. So one of truth's protective layers is a little bit vague. I think Neil Armstrong is going to explain it. Go ahead, Neil. Play.
There are places to go beyond belief.
There are places to go beyond belief. So let me use my brain. Hold on. My brain makes that sound effect of Transformers. One of truth's protective layers is if we don't believe something is possible. So there are places to go beyond belief. In other words, if you can't believe something, you don't even try to do it because it's beyond your belief. So if we are dedicated to finding the truth, we should remove the protective layer of ascertaining the truth, which is our capability to believe that something is possible. So don't think that it's beyond.
See, that's what it was. Joe Rogan takes it out of context, and this Bart Sabrel guy, con artist, takes it out of context. Listen.
Where he says, perhaps someday you'll be able to remove one of truth's protective layers. The main reason, if I can go back to Andre's question here.
All right. That's all you should need to see right there to know that moon landing denial is a crock of shit. This is all they do time and time again.
Here's really why they won't tell the truth about it. In my book, I include a lot of information that was not in the film, the deathbed confession, and interviews I did
buy his book.
With widows of Apollo astronauts who asked that I not publish their interview until after their death.
Oh, sure.
Including the widow of Betty Grissom, who was married to the man who was going to be the first man to walk on the moon until...
How many times does somebody have to be caught lying before people realize they're full of shit?
1967, without permission, he took a bunch of reporters up to the top of the rock.
That's enough of that.
Get back on the moon. What advice... Charlie, just to ask you, I mean...
Okay, I got to go pee. Let's watch this. I'll be right back.
What advice would you give for the astronauts who make that next amazing
Drink a lot
trip?
of water. Drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Well, if they haven't, the first landings on the moon, whatever Artemis that is, in a couple of years, I hopefully have a chance to be around to give them some advice if they want it. And it's just train, be prepared. That's what we did over and over and over again. It was like doing it in your sleep. We had trained so much. We'd work with mission control. We'd work with the crew. We'd work with the rover. We trained and trained and trained. And so that is the motivation behind the Apollo cruise. And what Artemis is, those guys, they're not just going out into the ether with no training.
And Charlie, out of interest,
be well prepared.
Out of interest, what do you feel? What do you feel about the conspiracy theorists who think that all the moon landings were all invented? They never happened. They're fake.
Well, the moon landing, the evidence is overwhelming that we landed on the moon. You're willfully ignorant if you don't believe that we landed on the moon 6 times. And the evidence is there. We left experiments packages. There's been every landing site has been photographed by the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. You can see the descent stage. You can see the experiments package. You can see the cars on the last 3 missions. And the experiments have been operating, or they operated for 5 years and got tons of data. We've got 600 pounds of moon rocks. Where did they come from? They just didn't appear. And we brought them back.
What's the mindset of somebody who says to these brave individuals and all the taxpayers' money that went to making that happen, what is the mindset of somebody who said, well, it didn't really happen? I mean, that's nihilistic. That's like the denial of humanity. These crazy individuals shouldn't have our attention.
We saw that already.
Naturally, we have to pass. It would have been lethal for any human to pass through, making the journey impossible. So let's take a look at the clip.
Allen said so.
Let's take a look at. We're going to play the clip.
Shut up.
Okay.
My name is Kelly Smith, and I work on navigation and guidance for Orion. We are headed 3,600 miles above Earth, 15 times higher from the planet than the International Space Station. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation.
Notice what he does here. He just said dangerous, and then Bart Sabrell adds in deadly. Some places have high levels. They're shielded, and it's not that high. They can make it through it. The Van Allen radiation belt cope is just so thoroughly debunked. The people that say you can't do it don't even understand the first thing about radiation. Professor Dave has a segment in his thing going over it as well too. There's nothing there. They can make it through.
Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up and once back. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
And what they're talking about is the challenges not for people, but for the new equipment, for the new tech that they have on the spaceship. They want to make sure it doesn't get messed up from the radiation. Electronic equipment, especially if it's on the outside or not shielded, is susceptible to radiation damage. He's not saying people can't through. They're solving the people challenge.
On Rumble.
Another lie.
Faking the moon landing involves going back and forth secretly in Earth's orbit to take pictures of the Earth, which to me sounds like as much of a hassle than just going to the moon.
They wouldn't have been able to fake it back in the day with the technology, the filming technology that they had. Yeah. So again, this is taken out of context. Bart Sabrell debunked again. He's talking about the electrical equipment is the challenge.
We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. We must solve these challenges.
So that's your claim, Bart. Professor Keating, what's your response to that?
Well, it's not my claim, it's NASA's claim.
It's not. NASA admitted it. NASA accidentally admitted that they can't send people through it.
That's what they always do, too. Take somebody out of context, not what they're saying, and then act like this huge conspiracy and cover-up accidentally admitted it again. Like, come on. I wish they'd show the response in this clip.
Would have been lethal.
We saw this one. Here they are talking about seeing stars in outer space. That's been a topic also by the conspiracy people. They say, why is there no stars?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to my crewmates about that today. I've definitely seen stars in outer space, and I was saying I haven't seen as many as I thought I would. So, Reed?
We have so much illumination from the sun on the moon and the earth right now. It is hard at times to see stars. Just like when you walk out in the daytime, you see a blue sky but no stars.
Because the sun's so bright. In fact, the sun is so bright. I saw yesterday on the live stream, NASA was telling them that they needed to take cover, they have a shield over the window, and they're like, you got to remove that because it's heating up the glass too much because the sun's so bright. It drowns out the stars that are faint and far away.
Space and no stars. But tonight we're going to be pointed into
live view,
space, and we're going to turn out all the lights in the spacecraft for the first time on the mission. And if you give yourself about 20 or 30 minutes, we do this all the time on the International Space Station. Christina and I just have great fond memories of this. You'll start to see the stars, and if you give it enough time, you will see so many stars. It's hard to see the constellations because there are so many stars out there. And the coolest part...
Dude, we're going to get some sick video and pictures of them on the dark side of the moon, completely black, where the sun is blocked, and then they're going to take pictures of deep space. It's going to be awesome.
Part of those stars is they do not twinkle at all. They are just perfect. They almost look just perfect pinpricks of light.
There's no twinkling because the diffusion of the twinkling is from the atmosphere.
So that is our homework for tonight, Jeremy. We are doing that.
We'll take a picture. Yeah, I was actually just talking to my crewmates about that today. I've definitely seen stars in outer space, and I was saying I haven't seen as many as I thought I would. So, Reed?
And here is the schedule. So this is Eastern time. 2:45 Eastern, lunar observation begins at 6:44 Eastern. They're going to lose the signal because they go behind the moon and it's blocking they're using a new advanced laser to encode the bits of the live streams that they're doing and the pictures that they're uploading. Closest moon approach at 7, farthest point from Earth at 7:05, signal reacquired, and then eclipse phase started, eclipse phase ends, and then they're back on path to come home. Dude, it's like we're watching a movie, bro. It's on Netflix. It's total theater. Everywhere you look. Zionist Indian cuck on the moon.
$5. The Indians also went to the moon. If you want to have a good laugh, just look up India's Chandrayaan-3 makes historic moon landing. 100% totally real deal.
See, this is what I'm saying. The moon, India had like a simulation showing what was happening, and conspiracy grifters go, look how fake it looks. They were not pretending that was real. That was a simulation showing you where it's at. And they have put out the actual real recordings that it took. See what I'm saying? Same thing. You point to something that was clearly shown as a simulation and pretend like they were saying it was real. Every time. Yeah, dude, India has billions of people. They've got engineers. They can copy the shit that we've done. Sure, they sent... Dude, how can they not go to the moon? All you need is a rocket. You can get there.
Real Vision sent $5 on Rumble. Indians were the first to defecate on the moon.
No, they didn't send people there.
Do not leave Earth. Your integrity crew is go for TLI. With this burn to the moon, we do not leave Earth. We choose it.
Humanity has once again shown what we are capable of, and it's your hopes for the future that carry us now on this journey around the moon.
I love how Bug Music says, just got here, we didn't go to the moon. All right, dude, embarrass yourself. We're just going through all the claims and how stupid they all are. Not even stupid. Some of them are stupid. A lot of them are just like blatant, outright, malicious lies.
And Integrity Houston, we have some news to share with you. As of 30 seconds ago, you are now closer to the moon than you are to us on Earth.
Here in Mission Control, Houston.
Here's the live. Let's see the live.
Field work.
Getting bigger and bigger.
Look for specific geologic features. They also photographed a large globe, and the science team helped them determine which features they would be targeting and how to look at those.
You see, normally when we look up at the moon, when it's lit, it's really bright. See how bright this is, though? If they have to, this is why we don't see any stars. They have to turn down the exposure so much. Otherwise, everything would be blown out. Is that the term? Overblown, blown out, washed out. Oh.
And Christina Cook at the windows. They will then move on to...
Look, this is what it looked like 45 minutes ago. See how much closer it's gotten?
Really is a fascinating Terminator, and then Oriental just looks so dynamic right now. It's very
and maybe even black at some points.
Okay, history. This is one of the photos taken, never before seen, because on the other missions in the past, the way the location of the moon was not lit. The back side of the moon the far side was not lit. It was dark, and they couldn't see anything. But now the far side of the moon is lit, and they're able to see sections of the moon that no human eye has ever seen before. Look, here's some more slop. The apparent chroma key glitch behind the ball is not present in the original video. So, conspiracy grifters tampering with the videos.
Did you see that? And I'm wondering,
did you see that? Something behind that ball. I think it's a green screen. This little furry character, plush animal, has some green. It's the ocean blue and the green earth.
Like, what?
I don't trust them scientists. All we need's the Bible and the firmament. I think that's a green screen. What you think, Maud? Well, maybe. The Bible says.
Yeah, what's up with the lettering behind this ball?
This ball? What's going on with this ball?
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Conferences, and then what I enjoyed watching
What is
with my
this?
family. I think there's a lot going on. It's been interesting.
What do you think it is?
And I'm wondering.
Did you see that? Tampered. Chroma key glitch behind the ball is not present in the original video. People are fucking around. Look at the real video, not people's edits.
So far from home.
Oh, it's this kook shared it again too. Here's the original.
You've been able to talk to your families. How are they doing with you so far from home?
See no words on there like that.
Well, just from what I overheard from some of the conferences and then what I enjoyed watching.
All right. I'm telling you, every little thing of proof is somebody lying or being an idiot. Like this Mr. Whale account. What? Hey, we zoom in on the picture. How come we don't see no satellites? Where are all the satellites at? This must be fake. Where's all the airplanes? It should look like this. 3,000 likes. Entire cities on this image are only shown as a faint glowing pixel at this scale. Planes and ships are even smaller. From orbit, none would be visible. It's so beyond stupid. People lying for engagement, right? Digitally altered. Doesn't happen in the original. See what I'm saying? Guys, this is a big lie. The liars are not NASA. It's the conspiracy kooks. It's the conspiratainment grifters. Look, people are saying, look, it doesn't match up. Somebody superimposes. So that's what it looks like on Google Earth. That's the photo they took. It's Africa, the northwestern tip of Africa, upside down. And look, the picture that they took, NASA took and put out, when compared at the exact same time as the infrared imaging of satellites checking the weather on Earth, same storms in the same areas. Confirmed. Confirmed real. This kook, I don't know where this guy's from. He speaks in another language, but another total conspiracy kook. With these flashy videos of him looking stuff up and doing faces like, oh. It's crazy viral. It's probably got huge following on TikTok. Dude, it's a penis, look. This is Owen Benjamin tier shit. Oh, look, a wiener. Nobody would ever fake this. I love when they do this. Like, I said this the other day. What do you think the shape of the spaceship should be? Are they going to put up a big sphere? A cube? A rectangle? It's the same reason our penises are this shape. You're going to put in a big old sphere in a vagina? You're going to put in a cube? He's French. Total kook. It's like you don't understand how wind resistance or aerodynamic works. That's why he makes those faces. Schizophrenia defined. Yeah. Moon Museum.
L'espace est un prank. Et le lancement
Space is a prank. Is a prank. Space is a prank.
Est prévu demain.
A penis prank.
La première photo officielle de la Terre a aussi été prise le 1er avril 1960. Ça fait plus de 50 ans qu'ils se payent votre tête.
Mocking you. Obviously that's computer generated.
Carlson, un des vrais fondateurs.
Jack Parsons lie. He had nothing to do with NASA. He never worked for NASA. They found one weirdo that was involved with rockets, and they dismissed the whole thing.
NASA était un sorcier du sexe.
A sex
Il faisait des
occultist.
rituels d'orgie pour invoquer Babylone et féconder ses
Babylone.
qu'elle perce le firmament. Pour eux,
Pierce the firmament. The firmament's real.
c'est un rituel de renaissance et de
Ritual rebirth.
Fusée est un phallus géant.
A phallus.
Pénétration cosmique et la lutte
Cosmic penetration.
NASA en hébreu
Feminine.
signifie
Another lie. NASA does not mean to deceive. That's Nasha with an H. See, there it is right there. Nasha.
Donc les astronautes sont des humoristes.
You guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
what?
You watched?
That's a lie, too. You watched an animation. We're going to cover that, too, and show what he's talking about. Another misrepresenting what they were saying.
Real Vision sent $10 on Rumble. Are you going to be able to forget your former man crush on Owen for the debate, and drag him like he needs to be?
No man crush.
Sincerely, an Adam Man Crusher. Ha.
Yeah. Crushing. No, I'm going to crush him.
What?
You watched animation.
We didn't go there.
Mais vous avez été
We didn't go there. He was talking about since then. 2 out of context clips. This is what they do every time. Watch the interview between Algernon and the little girl. That's this one. They're ripping the context. He's talking about why they haven't been back for a long time. He says, well, they didn't go there because the funding was cut. That's the context of what he was saying. And we'll show you more of this one when he was on with Conan. You watched an animation. That's what he said, right?
Mais vous avez été tellement conditionné à y croire que même quand ils avouent ouvertement, vous ne
They openly admit it. Dude, they're riffing on conspiracy moon landing deniers. This is not them admitting it.
voyez rien.
See in the dark. What an idiot. All right. So we showed that one. We'll debunk that now. Where's that? Here it is. Same account, too. 15,000 likes. So watch this.
And let's talk about this, because this is fascinating. I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. See, you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy...
So you think that Buzz Aldrin goes on Conan to promote his book about going back to the moon and just accidentally says they never went and that it was an animation and it was faked? How naive and gullible do you have to be to think that that's the way it would go down?
Memories.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no.
And he's right. Walter Cronkite, and I think CBS, did show you a visualization because there's nobody on the moon to film them landing. That's why. And they clearly said it's an animation and a visualization. That's what he's talking about. We'll show you Real Vision. Here, I'll back up.
We went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was...
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. See, you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, but what we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved top radio
me
and listened.
Talking about, how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said, contact light, engine stop.
It was
and a few
exciting.
other things, and then Neil said, Houston, Tranquility Base, the Eagle has landed. Man, how about that?
That was very exciting.
Not a bad line.
Yeah. This was...
Real Vision
Let's
sent
talk about this.
$5 on Rumble. Nope. Back on the side of we never landed.
We'll do this one next. That's the one you guys were talking about. Okay, here it is. Look, this is what he's talking about. This is what they showed. CBS News Simulation.
They're down to just 14 miles to go in 4.5 minutes.
7 minutes, 30 seconds.
See, they never put this out pretending like this was real footage.
Burn.
4.5 minutes left in this era.
Altitude 16,300 feet.
Okay, we'll skip. We'll show. It gets even crazier of a...
Down a half.
Look.
Stick forward.
Simulation. CBS News Simulation.
60 seconds.
This is what they showed people. This was on CBS when it was happening.
On. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. Good. 40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Straight shadow.
See, this is why Buzz said you watched an animation, because they played a simulation. No, this is not them faking it. We have the actual footage of them. It's just a camera on the lunar module pointing down. We can show you that too.
4 forward. 4 forward. Drift into the right a little. Down a half.
Okay.
We cut.
Moon was Kennedy base.
Well, good go.
That was a confirmation to Columbia.
No, they didn't play it like it was real. It says it right here, simulation.
They play off like it was real or no?
No, they were not pretending this was real. Clearly, this is not real. All right, that's what it was. Here, let's see this one too.
That's not. Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time? That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know.
See, they're talking, why have they not been back for so long? He doesn't say that they never went. His whole life is about being the guy that walked on the moon first. You think he's just accidentally or trying to like give the truth out? So when Bart Sabrell asked him to put his hand on the Bible, he gets so mad he punches him, but now he's just going to tell everybody they never went. If you believe this, you are so gullible.
But I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen...
See, we didn't go there since they went, because that's what happened.
It's nice to know why it didn't happen.
He didn't say they never went, Miami Makeout. He literally says, because we never went. He doesn't say we never went. Watch, he says it right now.
Because there's no gravity.
Okay, and I think they just did a cut there also. Buzz wasn't good for words. Yeah, he's a dementia, senile old man now at this point.
And I'm a diver, scuba diver.
Scuba diver.
Down underneath the water.
Joe Bidening.
You're floating.
Yeah.
Zoe, what do you say? Thank you.
See?
Very, very well.
Another one, removing the context. Buzz was drunk. He does sound a little drunk right there. No, he didn't just say it, Miami Makeout. He's saying why they haven't been back, and he says they haven't been back because they haven't been back. No, it's not going to be moon crap all week. Dude, they're going back around the moon for the first time in 50 years. I do a couple shows about the moon, and you guys all keep seething. What do you want me to just say Jesus is fake and Jewish every single show? Definitely drunk. Yeah, he was drunk there for sure.
Real Vision sent $5 on Rumble. I held on to the "we never landed on the moon" thing for a few years. To go to the other side of it is similar to my accepting Jesus was fake. Something to marinate on, perhaps.
Okay, let's see this one.
What was the scariest moment of the journey? What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.
What? Oh, yeah, he just no longer cares anymore. This is, again, it's the same case every single time. I don't know if this is deceptively edited or just they are ignoring the rest of the context, but that's the case. He's not up on stage in front of everybody saying they never went, clearly. Watch, we'll do this. Hold on. I'll ask Grok what it says about this. All of these have been debunked already for years, so it's easy to find. Let's see here. We'll find out.
Now's not the time to get into that. It's 2025, and the word on the street is that some of you still believe in the moon landing. So I figured we should try to remedy that. Here's a few points that may change your mind. Let's watch this guy drive around on this buggy. Isn't that fun? Watch as the thing turns. Why aren't his arms moving if he's steering it?
Because his hands are on the steering wheel, dude. What do you mean? What is his hand supposed to be whopping around? When you drive a car, how come your hands stay on the steering wheel?
That looks weird.
That looks weird.
Why is the horizon so close? If the moon is supposedly a quarter of the size of the Earth, which they used to say...
I don't know. Maybe it was a hill.
1/6 the size, but now's not the time to get into that.
Yeah, they're always so condescending, too.
Why is the horizon
obnoxious?
Is the horizon only 4 times further than that here on Earth? I don't think so.
Dude, you're looking over the ocean. They've got a hill next to them.
Looks like a studio to me. Now let's look at this.
All right, you guys ready for the breakdown on that one? Classic case of misleading video edited to push a moon landing conspiracy. Deliberately cut short to make Buzz Aldrin sound like he's confessing the Apollo 11 mission didn't happen. In reality, he's doing the exact opposite. They asked, what was the scariest moment of the journey? He says, scariest, it didn't happen. And then implies he's letting it slip. It cuts right after, making it sound like he's admitting the whole journey never occurred. This is a 2015 Q&A at Oxford Union. Here's the real exchange. What's the scariest moment? Aldrin says, scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary. He then spends the next several minutes describing mission details. So he's just saying they weren't scared? He's saying the scariest possible moment never materialized. He's saying the scariest thing didn't end up happening, so they weren't scared. And that was their trying to leave the moon didn't happen. Improvised by pushing the breaker.
14TJ88 sent $10 on Rumble. Never get held captive by the audience. The evolution and anti-conspiracy stuff is some of the coolest stuff.
Seriously, it would be easier for me if I was pandering all these viral conspiracies to all you guys. You want to watch the full thing? Of course, they cut it right as he goes into all the details about how they really did win and acts like, oh, we let it slip. Please. Please, please, please. Okay? Is this like the 30th lie we've debunked so far?
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.
Circuit breaker.
The circuit breaker in the pen?
Oh.
He's drunk, too. He's got his alcohol. No, it's water.
He helps me. We came back inside after kicking up dust and...
Oh, wait, I thought he just said that they never went. Now he's talking about kicking up the dust and going inside. All right? All right, guys, whoever was in the chat, can you admit that you were duped by a conspiratard? All right, we played your clips. You're like, oh, Adam, show this one. There you go. Debunked. We show you the context. They cut it right after he starts explaining what it was like and why the scariest thing didn't end up happening. Who said that? I want to see your response. I want you to admit.
Other than Jesus, what other conspiracy theory do you entertain as true?
And, of course, we had to send them up the ladder because that'd be hazardous carrying a big rock box up the ladder. So we thought of that ahead of time. And we had a clothesline on a pulley so we could send that down. I sent the camera down to Neil so he could take my picture getting on down there. But then it was there. So
they'll never admit they're wrong? Yeah.
We could hook the rock box on there. That's why I got in first, see, so he could be the guy.
All right, see? Another example of the conspiracy people taking something blatantly out of context. How many times does this have to happen before you guys get it?
This dude's supposedly driving around in this buggy on the moon, communicating with Houston.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
As he's driving around, It's bouncing up and down. Listen to his voice.
It negotiates small craters quite well, although there's a lot of roll.
Does it sound like somebody who's bouncing up and down in a vehicle to you, or does his voice sound steady? Let's listen.
It feels like we need the seatbelts, doesn't it, Jim? Yeah, really do. That really bouncing, doesn't it?
Let's look at one more thing. Look at the rooster tails coming off of this. Doesn't look much different than wood on Earth, does it?
No, it does, actually. It looks like they're in a vacuum.
Let's see how it looks.
Revolver 357N2 sent $5 on Rumble. I've been enjoying the moon content. It's a nice change up. Seeing you go through these lies as they're being spread all over again due to Artemis 2 is great.
Yeah, and this completely is relevant to debunking religion as well, because it's a bunch of religious people calling it, say, a satanic hoax and saying the firmament, and clearly, have I not demonstrated how this is related to the Christianity psyop? Midwit figured it out, yeah.
And like this when they got back.
It was our pleasure to have participated in...
This is stupid too.
Or maybe you're...
Oh, they look sad.
Things like how they spent all that time out there in space and landed on the moon, but they all came back clean shaven.
Dude, that's clearly not them coming back. They landed in the ocean. Everything is so stupid. This is clearly a photo op here. They're in their normal clothes. They didn't wear...
Think about,
bro.
Why is it that the entire time they were...
This is sped up 4x so it looks funky.
None of them went, oh my God, look at Earth. It's so beautiful. And why only shortly...
Low frame rate video with the difference in the gravity, and then they sped it up. That's why that footage looks odd.
Say that there's no way that this thing would make it to the moon, and then he mysteriously died in a fire.
Hey, how are we gonna get to the moon if we can't talk between three buildings?
Dude, they're complaining that their radio wasn't working.
I can't hear that thing you're saying. Jesus Christ.
Dude, they were complaining that their radio wasn't working when they were running a test, and this is right before their capsule lit on fire. Oh, they killed him because he said they can't go to the moon. I never seen this lie before. Less than 1 minute. Oh, he said he complained about the radio not working, so they had to kill him. So malicious, the editing they do on this. They're such scammers. And then they have a fire. Dude, he didn't say they can't go to the moon. He goes, if the radio doesn't work here on Earth, how are we supposed to go to the moon? He was complaining that their radio wasn't working. Dude, so bad faith. I can't. Is there any more?
That feeds you lies.
Here we go. Satanic lie. It's a serpent lie.
All we're asking is that you look into these things and that you think about them with a clear head. And before you believe another government agent that feeds you lies, maybe look into this instead.
Oh, the Bible. Hey, don't believe none of those scientists. Look into the Bible instead. See, this is why we're going over this. Every single time. It's a Bible kook. These people are denying it because they feel like it conflicts with the Bible. Anything that conflicts with their magical Jesus story in their Jewish fairy tale book, they reject outright.
That feeds you lies. Maybe look into this instead. That's where the answers are.
That's where your answers are, Goy. Peace and love, bro.
Real Vision sent $10 on Rumble. In the grand scheme, who really cares if we went to the moon or not? The real problem is people thinking Jesus was a real story. Sorry.
No, this is an example of the problem of the anti-intellectualism, the denying of reality, the religiously based conspiracies. That's why it matters. Oh, look at what Elon shared. Apophis. Look how close it's coming. So look, there's Earth, and then they just took Artemis, goes around the moon and comes back. Look at how close Apophis is coming. The orbit. It's coming so close to Earth. We're going to be able to see it, I believe. Going to the moon debunks the Bible. I don't even know how it really does. I mean, plenty of Christians believe we went to the moon. It's just the conspiracy kooks. Wow, 3 hours. I got to go, I think. Uh-oh, hold on. Dude, I did not realize we're going 3 hours. I might come back tonight and do another moon update since you guys love it so much and because we didn't hit the goal. But I'm pretty sure I got to go. My daughter's got a class or something. We can watch the rest of this. Maybe Tech Monkey will join. Who knows? NASA rocket launch dates. More kooky stuff. Hold on. Let's debunk this one too. Oh, this is this is a simulation of what it's going to look like if you're driving the spaceship around the moon. An example of what they're going to see. Tech Monkey's painful. Tech Monkey's based. And then they're going to get an Earthrise. Okay, let's do one more.
Artemis 2 has captured some incredible views.
Show you some more of lies from this guy. Hold on, let's show you too. 80,000 views, 3,000 likes for this stupidity. Look.
The crew of the Artemis 2 has captured some incredible views of Earth.
Ils ont utilisé les mêmes nuages.
They use the same clouds on both images. It's supposed to be Africa.
De jour et de nuit.
Day and night.
Exactement le
with
même
exactly the same angle.
Donc environ 12 heures plus.
12 hours apart. This guy's just getting this completely wrong. These pictures are taken at the same time. That's why it's the same clouds and the same angle. The sun is behind the Earth right now. That's why in this photo you can see it lighting up a lot here. It's dim. This is what the photo actually looked like. You can see the lights on in some of these areas. That's the little white marks of the lights around the borders by the water. So the Earth is lit up by the glow of the moon. That's why it's dark but faint. They turned up the settings on this so you could see the color and the light. Different camera settings. It's not 12 hours apart. It's the same photo, and they lightened it up because it was dark. All right? This kook is wrong again.
Et les nuages n'ont pas bougé. Parce que ce sont pas des photos, ce sont des images de synthèse.
They're CGI images. Grok said it's CGI images. I love how when Grok gets something wrong, Grok is not good at detecting AI images.
Owls Cool sent $5 at Easter dinner yesterday. My kooky Catholic family were happy. One of their family friends' relatives went full Christ mode, going on about how great it is they came to Jesus. Instead of worshipping a loser, I spend Easter celebrating renewal of life.
Based.
Du globe. Alors soit la NBC.
All images of the globe are all fake.
Soit c'est intentionnel pour
graphic designer to test us.
De la NASA. Et pourquoi on nous montre la Terre au compte-gouttes? Pourquoi ne pas tout filmer? Pensez-y 2 secondes. Un parachutiste.
Dude, why not film everything? They film everything, they show it to you, and you say it's fake.
Il revient avec des centaines de photos. GoPro accroché au casque.
GoPro attached.
360 à la main.
360-degree camera, 8K video.
Mais quand il s'agit d'Artemis, on retourne dans les années 70, avec des images floues, saccadées, 4 images.
It's low resolution images because they're transferring it through a laser across space really far, dude.
Comme si la NASA n'avait pas le budget pour un GoPro à $400. Ils ont perdu la technologie.
They lost the technology. Again, another lie. They didn't lose any technology. The technology on the Orion and this new rocket is all better than the old ones in the 70s. So much better. That's why they're testing all the new shit out. That's why they said all the new electrical equipment, they have to make sure it does okay with the increased radiation. Yes, the satanic graphic designers. It's just lie after lie after lie. I don't think these people are that lazy and that stupid. They're deliberate liars. They're grifting, charlatan, con artist liars. Yeah, they do have GoPros and cameras. They're going to bring back all the 4K shit, and you're just going to say it's all satanic CGI lies anyway.
Problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore.
Et quand ils font un live.
See, that's such a lie. Another NASA astronaut just revealed that they lost the technology. No, dude, that's not what he was saying. We went over that last stream. They're such bad liars. It's crazy.
Sans hublot. Dès qu'ils pensent que ça ne tourne plus, on les...
No window. They've shown photos out the window.
Attendre les instructions.
Waiting for instructions.
Et oui, n'oubliez pas qu'ils sont en...
Dude, maybe they're looking at a monitor or something, dude.
Studio. Pour éviter de vous montrer la vue, ils vont détourner...
It's in a studio.
En vous parlant de problèmes de toilette.
Toilet issues.
Ou alors jouer avec leur mascotte, qu'ils appellent...
They're saying the problem with the toilet is that they have like something that opens up and they release the toilet waste. They think that's frozen shut because when they launch, it's super cold, freezes.
ZGI, peut-être un indice pour CGI. Donc à ce point-là.
Oh, maybe it's a hint at CGI. Dude, I can't stand this dude. Just the worst. Soul Bra's convinced, though. He does great videos. He does trash videos. Okay, we showed that one. Every one of these kooks.
That's how they're looking.
None of the people promoting this could be any more not credible.
Lost the technology in their brain to critically think for themselves. Nobody gives a about their ancestors, and when they pretend to, it's to advance their agenda justifying a Christian takeover. They stand for nothing.
Okay, I think we've caught out the spacemen again.
Outstanding. We have
Watch
you
this.
Loud and clear. How about us? Different because I can imagine that's such a powerful rocket that must have felt different for you.
Keep watching.
One of the
Notice how they're looking at the camera, right? Notice where the camera is. Because this is interesting.
Potentially not being able to see telemetry, maybe even not being able to, touch switches, and it was.
As you all know,
Watch
there's
now.
So much division at home right now. What is it that
Look
you're
where he's
feeling?
looking up
What
to.
message do you want to send to the American people about
She
what you're
speaks to
seeing?
the person. Look, watch.
Please stand by for a voice check from Fox News.
Watch. Who does she speak to right there?
She didn't say anything. What do you mean? She didn't even move. She barely touched her mouth. That's not speaking. She opened her mouth for a quick second. Who's she speaking to? Oh, they're on a soundstage. They're speaking to the director. They're probably looking at a monitor or something, dude. This is how every one of these are. The kookiest, stupidest shit.
Clearly. Like, when you think about it, why have they not got any windows? Why are they not showing us what it looks like outside
They have.
the window?
They have.
That would be the amazing sight that everyone wants to see. No one wants to see them floating
Real
inside.
Vision sent
Everyone wants to...
$5 on Rumble. Did you ever once in your life think that the moon landing wasn't real?
Not being back for 50 years made me a little suspicious, but I hadn't looked that deep into it before. And since I have looked into it, this is the case every single time. EST, every single time. These conspiracy kooks are just lying and taking stuff out of context or being stupid. So no. When I see somebody being wrong over and over and over and over and over again, and when the top guy is a bullshit artist like Bart Sabrell, I don't believe it for a second.
See what's going on outside in space. And completely unrelated, you know the space commander, this guy right here? Well, are you aware that he works for the Navy? And he
oh my gosh.
happens to have the explanation of an aquanaut. And, you know, completely unrelated once again, did you know that NASA in Texas, Houston, has an underwater replica?
Yeah, that's how they practice to counter the gravity.
For training.
Yes, training.
Imagine how easy it would be to change the green screen and just make this look like it was in space.
No, that would not be easy.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence this guy is also an aquanaut. And,
okay.
You know, their outfit definitely doesn't look like it's got the Masonic compass on it. Nothing to see here, just for entertainment, beautiful people.
Masonic compass?
Dinosaur, baby.
Fictional as the dinosaurs, baby. Dude. I'm at a loss of words how dumb all this shit is. Concerned citizen, hey NASA, show the graphic which includes the moon spinning while orbiting Earth, which is also spinning as it revolves around the sun. Here it is, dude. Dude, what science has been able to figure out? Like, isn't it crazy how they're able to predict the exact second of high tide and low tide? They're able to predict so far in the future and in the past when there's going to be solar and lunar eclipse that they're able to send a ship out so far away from Earth and time it exactly to go around the moon. It's incredible. Science is pagan. All right, we get the point. All right. We're going to wrap it up here. We'll pick up this stuff another day. Maybe I'll be back tonight if there's some cool moon stuff. We'll watch some more of this bullshitter. But let's see. Did we hit the goal? We did. All right. Let's go.
They're nice.
Thank you. Oh, why'd it cut out? Appreciate you guys. You're the best. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Clip the show. Share the link. Leave a comment. I appreciate you all. I'll be back. I will probably do my own live stream tomorrow, but if not, the debate, I'll share the links with Owen Benjamin, debating Owen Benjamin, 7 Eastern tomorrow, Tuesday. You guys are the best. Down with Yahweh, hail the old gods, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care. Oh.
Owls are cool.
Hold on.
Sent $5 off topic, but my friend is visiting Norway right now. Wish I could go see the petroglyphs and all that stuff in person. But it also got me thinking, it would be interesting to hear what native Europeans actually think Christianity. They're more.
That sounds like a cool trip. Thank you. Very off topic. Thank you guys. Everybody have a nice night. I'll see you soon. Take care.